It's great to know that he's thoroughly enjoyed this championship and his players as well. But he knows that they need a good performance here to get them victory and get them into the finals day tomorrow. The results could go against them as well in terms of the result of this match, and they still make it, but they want to do it with the win. I think that was clear when we heard the captain up here earlier. And, Evans, he's looking to get the victory over Italy. Italy, though, their captain, Buljit Singh, I mean, he's been leading the team really well. You just feel that maybe as a result, or maybe perhaps a little bit of fatigue, a team that played last week coming into championship week with having to play 2 weeks on the spot, they're starting to feel it maybe a little bit, but well, they'll be boosted with that news. 111 to 107, they are favourites according to the bat versus ball wall to win this one, and they're looking to put an end of those defeats that they've had. That's really nice. That's a lovely moment there from Buljit. And, he's just such a lovely guy. He's a Mr. Nice guy, Buljit Singh, the captain of Italy. I've had so many conversations with him, and there's so many conversations with other people around the ground as well, and including not just his own teammates but other players as well, and they've all said the same thing. What a lovely guy he is, what a sportsman he is as well. And he certainly, look, under his leadership, not only have the Italian team got better and better, but I think the way that Italian cricket looks like back home is really, really looking good, looking rosy, and the future looking bright. But they're looking to end here well. Whatever the result, I think they want to get a good match in here, a good performance in here, something that we will all remember them for. I mean, we've already seen some memorable matches and memorable plays from them, but a victory here will certainly be something that they'll be eyeing up, and give all the supporters, not just here, not just watching via the different modes available, but everybody back home, something to cheer about as well. Hassan Ali to bowl the first ball, and he's bowling to McBride to face the first delivery. McBride just defensively places away. So can we see one big major effort here from Hassan Ali? Really have loved his input into his opening performances. Jack Jarvis, the non-striker at the moment, 420 runs in this championship. He certainly has been in very, very good form. McBride really yet to really make a mark as he plays this away and gets Jarvis on strike. And 70 runs to McBride with that single. And on the bowling front, well, like I've said, I mean, Hassan has been superb for Italy. Jagmeet is the leading wicket taker, but in terms of pace up, Hassan Ali 9 scalps. Bowling to his field here. Got a good tight field set up on the offside. Got the third man back on the boundary. Then you've got the 4 players inside the 30-yard circle on the offside, including the mid-off, so keep your mid-off and mid-on up in the circle. Square leg is the man that's back, square leg and third man. Good hit. If he gets past the field, it's going to be a boundary, but he doesn't. Good work there from the fielder. Has to be quick on his toes. Umar Gujar. Hopefully he's going to be able to perform again. He was the only batter really who was able to produce any sort of score in that defeat to the Netherlands. It was his 52 of 23 with a 43-run 10th wicket partnership with Hassan Ali that got them to that 100, chasing 121, and well, that helped to reduce the deficit and helped the net run rate slightly, but whether it was enough we don't know. In comes the shy, great effort. I think if this hits, I think McBride would have been gone, and the throw there from, I think that might be Sharif. Yeah, Sharif gets the throw in. Tight single to take, direct hit, would have been interesting. In fact, I think it would have been out. Just keep your eye on this. Here comes the throw. Has time. Yeah, I think he definitely would have gone. Well, Hassan Ali thinks so. Firmly hit. He's in the air, but he gets it in the gap. That's 4 runs. The yelp of catch it. I think more in hope than anything else. It was struck well, but I think the placement is very good as well. So 4 runs at the end of the over. Not a bad over at all from Ali. Just that one boundary. Be disappointed with that to give the boundary weight right at the end. But I think that was I don't think it was a particularly bad ball. I think it was a very nice shot. So McBride gets the opportunity to open up with Jarvis, and he really wants to take this. Number of ways that you can stay in touch with us. And, of course, loads of mediums now, the Facebook and Instagram, and even on Twitter, so you can get a hold of Mr. Maximo or myself. And look, it's an opportunity for me to thank everybody for all the lovely messages and all the support that we get on behalf of the European Cricket Network. This one just doesn't carry and has a shy though, and well, it hits, but I think well, they're going to have a look just in case. I get the feeling, I mean, there's no real celebration here from the Italians, so I don't think they're that hopeful. Let's see how close it was. So they are going upstairs, and here's the throw. Keep an eye on the batter. Where is he? Needs to get in there sooner or later. Yeah, he does. So that's why you're not seeing them get too excited. So clearly in. Yeah. Well, there's the fan zone, and what a lovely day it is to be enjoying those Victoria Cervezas, our official beer partner. Here's the tap out. Take the single. Plenty of support. Nice to see that Zain Naqvi is trying to keep his troops alert and motivated. Come on, boys, let's keep going, let's keep working. That's what they've got to do. They've got to believe, haven't they? That's the thing, they've got to believe. Anik Ahmed. Chance, this one should be taken, and it does get taken. A good catch. You can see one fielder looks to go for it, and he loses it straight away with the Sun. So McBride, he does get given the opportunity, but he's not able to take it. And he goes early again. And Anik Ahmed, he's just somebody that has always been putting in these little performances for his side. And once again here, he's the man that picks up the first wicket. It will be 9 for 1. And Sharif is the man who takes the catch. Yeah, not easy this time of day. You can see there, I think that was probably Fernando who starts to go for it as well. He loses it in the sun. That part of the ground, as the day goes on, those shadows start to get bigger. You can see those now when you have a look at the players in the pitch. Just have a look at the shadows. See, it doesn't get any easier. When it's not getting easier for McBride, he gets another opportunity once again. Not able to make the most of it. So he's going to be disappointed, but they're still... We know that they had plenty of batting. It was the batting that let themselves down earlier, wasn't it? They had a very good opportunity to do the double over England. More on that a bit later. Let's look at this delivery first. And goes for the shot, confident, but is an opportunity. And, well, he gets hands to it, but not able to take it. 6 signalled there by the umpire, Martin Hancock. But let's have a look at this again. I think it's Baljit Singh, who's normally very good out there. Here's a hit. How close he is to the line. Yeah, he gets hands to it, but he's not able to take the catch. But also, I think he's not... Oh, look at him. He's just jumping hot mad, isn't he? Anik Ahmed, he thinks he could have had and maybe should have had another. The captain, Baljit, lets himself down. I think, okay, maybe if the catch isn't on, you've got to try and keep the ball in the field of play. So he's a little bit disappointed. I think they're just checking to see if the ball does go for 6 here. I'm pretty sure that it's the contact. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be 4. It's not 6. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be 4 runs. So there you go. And, good work there by our partner, Spring Productions. Getting the replay in, and the umpire just changing his call. Gives 4. Good delivery. Yeah, Anik, as I was saying, he has put in some good performances for Italy. He's made some valuable contributions with the bat when some of the other batters above them have failed. And with the ball, I think we relied on him more and more. I think he and Umar Gujar have certainly been their players of the championship. Rajmani, he's once again the 12th man for this one. So he's had his fair share of opportunities at the top order. Started very well, and I think he was very good in the group stages, but unfortunately championship week hasn't really clicked, so they've made some changes. with the openers. And I think he also did pick up a bit of an injury in the match against Spain. Well, I think Mohamed Cameron got one that clashed into his leg but missed it was the side of the leg, missing the pad, and that caused him a bit of injury. This is how the group stages are looking. Netherlands with that victory, they go level on points with Spain, but Spain have a better net run rate than Spain, of course. They do play their final match later on tonight, and it's against England. What a match that's going to be. But all eyes are on the two teams, 4th and 5th. Scotland on 4 points, Italy on 2. Italy, if they get the win here, go 11 on points, but then it all comes to net run rate. And well, we do know one thing is if their net run rate is going to be favourable to them, they've got to win this match by some special means. Back to the action. And this has been whacked away in a typical Jarvis fashion. He doesn't seem to have a big swing of the bat. I mean, he's not like some batters where, you know, they say, well, make sure the bat comes all the way over the shoulder and finishes behind you. No, not Jarvis. He always seems to reach, but he's got this, I don't know, it's like a swoosh buckle type of shot, but it's effective. And he gets another boundary. Good shot. And Jarvis, he has been sensational for Scotland. We saw it in the group stages. He led the way with the bat for them there, and he's been pretty effective also in the championship week. So Gujar's first ball gets smashed away for a boundary. And this one is a soft shot, and it's going to be a dismissal. Well, sometimes that is the flaw to this technique. If you don't get the full swing in, you're not going to clear the fielders. And he just goes for that little sort of flick again, but doesn't get the timing right. I don't know if it's a slightly slower delivery here from Umar Gujar. It could have been. It froze Jack Jarvis, and you got to say, not does it only throw him, he throws his wicket away. That is a really soft dismissal. Jarvis is a very good hitter of the ball, and he's, as I've already said, he's been sensational. But look here, yeah, look, see, he just goes for the flick, and it's almost like he stops his shot, but that's the way he bats. And we've seen both sides of it. We saw the shot before, the effective side, where the ball sails away to the boundary, and the time there when it's not so effective. He'll go for 12 of 6 deliveries. He's going to be disappointed. Gujar, he gets the wicket, and Naylor, who's out there now, will be joined by Ollie Hayes. He's dangerous. We know he is. We saw him the first time we saw him bat against England, put 71 on the board. But since then, though he makes starts, he hasn't been able to go to that level again. I say he makes starts, he's also got his fair share of first ballers as well. So he needs to be composed here. Yeah, I was talking about how their batting let themselves down against England. They restricted England to 93, which was that solid performance in the field, but with the bat they were 69 all out. And this one is going to be just out of reach from the fielder, and this time is Hassan Ali Gujar. He hangs his head in disappointment. Hassan Ali is a tall man. If anybody's going to be able to reach this, he is. And I think he gets a fair bit of this, you know. Let's have a look. Now, he does get his fingers because he's checking them and counting them afterwards. But, well, he's doing the Statue of Liberty there, but not able to hang on to it. So, Ollie Hayes gets lucky. And this one is no luck. It's just powerful hit down the ground, nice and straight. And Baljeet is out there, the captain of Italy. There's nothing he can do about this. So Ollie Hayes, well, he's very lucky to get one over Hassan, but this time no luck involved in this. It's a lovely clean hit. I like the way he hits it and then just admires his shot. I'm not here to run, he says to Naylor. I'm here to hit. Gujar comes around the wicket. This gets played out to, well, one of several fielders out in the off. Could have fielded and get this in. They do get it in. It is a single, so he'll go back and strike. That is the end of the power play. 28 for 2 as Naylor and Hayes are looking to establish a good partnership together. They come together there in the middle in what has been a splendid day on the Costa del Sol. Have a look at that, clear blue skies And that is like a picture postcard view, isn't it? And well, the teams certainly have been relishing in the sunshine, and those that have been winning have been happier. These two teams have had mixed days here today. Italy, they were beaten by the Netherlands, and Scotland, they were beaten by England. One of them wants to get a win here, and a win will guarantee one team, well, definitely if it's Scotland, will guarantee them a place in tomorrow's finals day. Italy, depends how many they win by and how the net run rate looks afterwards. Rico Full here in the Dream Box, and alongside me, I'm glad to introduce back into the box my good friend and fellow commentator, Vinny Sandu.
Thanks, good to be back. Here's Krishan Kalagamagay, who abandons the leg spin, goes quick off spin and goes to the boundary. That smart batting by Hares. We associate him with a lot of power, but there was a lot of touch in that shot. He just helped it around the corner and used the pace put on the ball by the bowler. 4 runs.
Yeah, nice shot. It's just all about timing. We know that what he is he's quite a hard hitter. He can be brutal, but he's just showing there that there's the finer side to him as well. Just a little nudge, a little tickle. Good timing. 4 runs. And this time, Anik Ahmed can't catch up with it.
Yeah, this time swings straight past one. So Kalagamagay bowls wrist spin normally, but sometimes to left-handers he's going back to off spin. He can bowl both. This should just be a single, pretty powerfully struck. Yeah, the equation I have, when I crunched a few numbers, it seems to me that whatever Scotland make, Italy will have 5 overs, or maybe not even quite that, to chase it down. So you start looking at, okay, what could we chase in 5 overs? I kind of max out at about 90. And again, that's
gained some.
That's 18 and over. That's my point of no return pace. This is well struck, and it's over the offside, straight over the ghost cube. In fact, that one bounces back, Maximo time, and nails another one, this time over cover for 6.
Well, yesterday we saw a big hit that turned the lights off. Well, this one, I thought this was going to turn them on. It smashes into the base unit of the lights. Ready, those will be in full flow later on for the night match, but well, it doesn't quite hit the button.
This one's wide and full, gets through Nutby as well. It does slow it down, but they should run 2 physical runs. I think the result's going to be 3 free runs. So effectively with the 6 and the 3 wides, there's 9 off that delivery. Yeah,
it's Nutby a bit disappointed he's not able to stop it, but he does. You see there, I think he ends up nutmegging himself, goes through his legs, and the batters, they complete 2. So with the wide that's been signalled, 3 wides. This one's okay. Liam Naylor desperate to get a good partnership in.
Yeah, I mean, that 90, it's pretty optimistic as well against this Scottish attack, which is high class. This is into the gap. Anik will clean up. Just a single.
Yeah, end of the over as well. So score moves on to 43. So they've got just over 10 and over. But of course, the thing here is the news that Vinny's given us, based on our calculations, is whatever the score is, Italy are looking to chase it down in, well, sort of inside 5 overs.
It's a lot to make up. I can't remember, it was 1.6 or 1.7 that Italy are behind. Now, you do have the double effect of I suppose, what you improve your run rate by. That is the amount that your opposition is going down by, because they're playing each other. Yeah, but still, it's a tall order. Here's Skandar Abbas, who's going to bowl over number 5. This will be hit. Going to be knocked down just for a single.
Take the single. Just having a look at this field, and yeah, once again, keeping it pretty strong on the offside to both the batters. So you see a player going across to strengthen out the offside to Hares. The line from Abbas has to be spot on. And well,
yeah, that's out of here. And
it's another one that goes into the tower. You know, well, we had Andrews had issues with this one earlier, but I think this one goes in one side, comes out the other.
Yeah, well, this is just on a length. And, well, Karina's okay. Well, that's good, because that was a close call. And lucky to know that she is still in one piece. What a shot that was.
Well, hang on, it's still up there because look, the ball retrievers are making their way up. Look, can you see him? He's got the bright orange jersey on. He goes up one set of flights, goes up two, goes up. Oh, come back down. Somebody's, that's so mean. Well, he gets halfway up there. And
this is what happens. It hits the top level, goes down a level. And so Karina very kindly went and got it. And she did better than Andres before. Andres threw it into one of the horizontal bars and ruined the ball. And Karina, nice little flick back onto the field.
Yeah, good arm from Karina.
Hare's looking dangerous. He's 20 off 8.
And this is well timed. 4 runs. It beats that fielder at long off. What a lovely shot this is, and she's timing the ball really well, isn't it? Wasn't a bad delivery, you got to say that. And Sekinde is sort of holding his hands up to the side as he looks at his captain and says, well, where am I supposed to bowl it?
Yeah, exactly. And this is another case that the long off and long on, probably just a little bit too far apart. No, not that far apart. That was just really well struck. Now, this is one that's close to his body. I think of a quick single, and Hare says, no, thank you.
Naqvi, I think did he step on the ball here? Oh, what does he do? Well, have a look at Naqvi here. Chases after it. Does he step on the ball?
What does he do?
What does he do? Oh, I don't know what he does. We don't quite catch it.
Almost. I think he puts his toe on it, but luckily it doesn't seem like there's too much damage. This is full and is guided straight into the hands of the man at point. So Hares cannot believe it. Another good start wasted, because he was on, but Abbas gets his man in the end. It's 54 for 3.
Yeah, Abbas has a knack of this, doesn't he? I mean, he does go for plenty of runs, but he always does pick up wickets as well. And Hayes can't believe it. He times it pretty well, but the catch has been taken. It's another wicket, 54 for 2, and the dangerous Ollie Hayes, he departs.
Yeah, it does. And looks to me like they might just pause for a little bit of a drink, as we've almost hit the halfway point of the innings.
Yeah, it's a good catch.
Yeah, Ollie Hares he's so strong down the ground, strong legs. In fact, he's pretty much strong everywhere, but that's just nems the breaks, aren't they? I mean, if that's in a gap, that's running away for 4, and he picks out the fielder. So he has to go for 24. The score is 54 for 3. Want to welcome you into the Dream Box, wherever you're watching from around the world. It's great to have your company. It's Finny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network. I'm here with Rico Full. Now, I'm hearing a few rumours all the time. Do you know what I heard?
What'd you hear?
Tomorrow, we will have a special guest.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the day, maybe one of the breaks. Apparently, it's the best fielder in the world.
Really?
And they were born right here in Khartoum. Now, I asked about this, because I said, hold on, the best fielder in the world? And they said, no, we're sure it's the best fielder in the world. And then I pressed a bit more, and you know what they gave me a little clue? They said, guess what? He's not human.
Yeah, I've heard this story.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say.
Bit of a legend here.
Yeah, that's just something we'll revisit that tomorrow.
Bit of a legend. Well, I thought it was a bit of a myth, so I'm looking forward to seeing this. Okay.
Like the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, certainly looking forward to it. End of the over, it's a good one. I suppose it's always a good one if you get a wicket, especially if that wicket is off a batter like Ollie Hares. Yeah, Ollie Hares, we look at that again. I mean, it's very similar to that one of Jack Jarvis, I think. I think the ball is there. He's looking to time it and use the pace of the ball to get it away rather than hit it. Gets himself out. Let's have a look at this.
Here's the issue. Italy have been the most expensive side this week. They've been giving up 132 per 10 overs. They're scoring the least amount of runs. They're 106 per 10 overs. So that shows you they've got their work cut out for them. See that. Come back to that in a second. Jugmeet starts with the ball. It's just a one.
I don't know about that one.
Well, we'll have a look.
Pretty tight, isn't it? Pretty tight?
Yeah, I don't know until I have a look if it's tight.
I reckon he gets this in there, you know.
And you've lost it. That's definitely gone over the line.
You could tell you're a batter.
Got to be inside the line, not touching. This is hit pretty hard, and this is going for 4. So straight through the line of the ball, Naylor. Beautiful shot. It's well balanced there all the way along the carpet. And he takes Jugmeet through the covers for a boundary.
Yeah, nicely timed shot. The timing is everything. Doesn't matter what format the game it is. Small boundaries, not small boundaries. T10, T20, T40. It's all about timing. Get the timing right to score runs.
Now they'll just take one. Yeah, just going back to those run rates, let's just have a look at how teams are performing on the whole. Obviously, we know it's Spain. They've been top of the tree this week. They're only conceding 112, so they've got the most economical bowling. Yeah, as far as England 11, they've kind of evened it up after a bad start. Scotland 11, probably a bit too expensive for what they would have wanted. But it makes sense that the teams up the top have scored more runs per 10 overs and conceded fewer. But the interesting one for me as well is that the Netherlands, they're in second, and they've been probably the highest scoring batting. This is in the air and should be caught. It will be caught, and Baljit makes no mistake. Naylor is gone now. So just a little window of opportunity here. There'll be 2 new batters at the crease as Scotland lose a 4th wicket. It's 61 for 4. Jugmeet with a breakthrough.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's going to tie into what I was talking about with Scotland when they were playing England. I mean, you've got good batters there. There's no doubt about it. You know, when you reel them off, you know, McBride, Jarvis, Naylor, Hears, and Ahmed, who's out there at the moment. But there's no point getting yourself in than getting out. Once you get in, you've got to go on to put a good score on. You've got to go on to make partnerships. You look at all the matches that have been won, partnerships that do it. And if you ever want an example of that, well, just look at the last match where Netherlands beat Spain. It's the first time Spain have been beaten. Spain 127 for 8. Netherlands, well, they were 38 for 5. They didn't look in it. It was around about 17, almost your point of no return, Vinny, runs required. But you get a partnership in there. It was worth 90 runs between the Zofkis to win the game. And this is what I think, this is where Scotland are going wrong. They got good batters, but you got to get partnerships going. Batters, there's no point, somebody like Naylor and Jarvis getting to 17s, getting into the teens or the 20s, here's and getting out. You got to be thinking, okay, I've got here now I've got to go on to make a good, valuable contribution for the side.
Yeah, I suppose no one's trying not to build a partnership. You know, it's just the way it goes. You take risks. It's kind of priced in to the equation here. So Jard comes out at number 6 for Scotland 11. He's able to work one first ball. So Italy, again, how many could you chase in 5 overs? I kind of came up with 90, but you'd have to have a real heater. Having said that, how about Italy? About this time yesterday, they were hitting balls everywhere.
They changed the partnership, then they changed the opening partners. Oh, this one, if he was able to pick it, Nakvi, if he was able to take this, that would have been out.
Yeah, I mean, it bounces up of his glove, so he just loses sight of it. It's a big edge, and yeah, you can see it's a thick edge, and yeah, he looks for it higher than actually was. And Nakvi just showing, it's hard to catch what you can't see. But it will be the end of the 6th over. 62 for 4 after 6. Not a bad over from Jugmeet. He goes for 8 and picks up a wicket.
Yeah, 22 wickets for him, you know, Vinny. I mean, he's had an extraordinary championship. Certainly has been the pick of the bowlers for Italy. He's done some outstanding work out there. It'd be disappointing that he wasn't able to pick up another one there. But it's a tough one. It hits the keeper and then Nakmi doesn't know where it is before it hits the deck. But well bowled from him. He picks up another wicket. Just 8 off the over and 62 for 4 here. 6 over mark, so you can see that that 110 sort of score is on. Could be more than that if they get a couple of magical overs in here. So Italy, knowing that they've got to chase these down and chase them down in half the time probably, they know they need to really try and stop these runs flying and maybe pick up these wickets here pretty soon as well. Maybe they need to be perhaps just a little bit more attacking in the field.
Yeah, perhaps. You really don't want to concede more than 8 and over from here in. And that'll help. So Jad swings straight through the first ball of the over from Padusha Fernando. Getting lots of questions about who this fielder is coming down tomorrow. Let's just say, like I said before, I got told this fielder was not human. I'm not saying superhuman or anything like that. Well, maybe. But there's a bit of mystery around it. Let's see. I think finals day will bring a few surprises. So Chad will walk across and just whip this one off his hip for one. Fernando into the attack. He was part of that dynamic opening partnership, wasn't he, yesterday, along with Zain Nakvi. They're listed 1 and 2 again, so you just know they're going to be going all guns blazing again. They've got plenty of options up there. I mean, Nakvi would have been one of my openers probably originally at the start of the week.
Yeah.
Didn't really work for him, so he went down. Sharif, again, hasn't really worked out consistently at the top of the order, and Rajmani finds himself out of the 11 at the moment. He's been run out a few times as well, Rajmani. Thick edge, flies away. Should be handled, and is Anik Ahmed. He's been pretty good for Italy in this championship week, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've liked Anik Ahmed's work. I mean, he hasn't always been the first pick, has he? But once he's shown his worth with bat and with ball, you just can't leave him out. He's had an outstanding championship.
Fernando doing his job so far, but how long can you avoid getting hit to a boundary? Something like Timor likes to go big, tries, gets this one away from the fielder, and that will be the boundary they need. So it's a nice shot, just worked away. In fact, that's the Judd who's on strike because of the single. So a little bit of length offered and it taken, just using the pace there to get to the deep backward square boundary.
Yeah, great opportunity this for the likes of Judd, who has impressed. I mean, in the group stages, he was my pick of the players for Scotland. And, though some new players have come into the equation, perhaps he's been a little bit overshadowed, but I still think he's good. We haven't seen him bowl, which has surprised me. Well, this one goes straight through, and well, yeah, I've totally cooked him, haven't I? Well, there you go, the commentator's curse. I was talking about Judd, how he's been one of the pick of the players for me, and how he would relish his opportunity. Well, he only manages to get 6 runs, as he's done by a good delivery from Fernando. Plays all round this and gets himself clean bowled, so he's not going to back me up. So I'm going to stop talking about him and just let you know that he goes, and he's been done. Playing all round this one for Fernando, just a straight delivery really. It's not the shot you want to be playing, should have been playing straight, looking to whip it away on the leg side. And well, he knows he's made the error. Stumps are shattered, bails are all over the place, and Judd has to make that lonely walk up those steps as he goes back into the dugout.
Yeah, he does, and he'll be disappointed with that as well. But Judd does go 4 and out. The score 68 for 5.
New batter making his way out. So, well, Judd wasn't able to make the most of it. Maybe Timor Ahmed, who's there, he's somebody else who's demonstrated to us that he's a good, competent batter. Hasn't really backed it up with displays out there in the middle. Maybe he can. So he gets joined by a new batter, and it's Callum Garden, and we know that this guy certainly is a good bat. We saw him put a really good performance in the group stages. He's coming down lower down the order. Sometimes batters, I'll ask you this question, because I know a lot of batters do talk about it. A lot of batters, that normally would bat, number 3 and number 4.
Yeah.
When they start coming lower down the order, I mean, Garden coming in at 7. Sometimes they say, I am a number 3, number 4 batter. When I come down, I can't really bat the way I like to. What are your thoughts on that with Garden?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think wherever they batted him, it just seems to not quite have the touch. So it doesn't really matter where you bat. I mean, it's a similar kind of situation, I think. But yeah, anyway, I'd like to see him fire because he's a very, very talented player. This is what's coming up, still to come in season 2022 as we hit 6 o'clock local here. And I'm really looking forward to what's left as well. 8 more weeks of cricket. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network, just like those guys. And they love their live cricket. If you want to watch more live cricket, then you can do so on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network, after this week is over. Well, that's a fairly simple return catch that has been fluffed by Jagmeet Singh.
Yeah, Jagmeet, can't believe he's put it down. I think he's a bit surprised that it's come to him. I also think he thinks it's coming quicker than it is. Puts it down, has an opportunity to take and pick up his 2nd wicket.
Now he's going to go a long way. Stand and deliver job from Timor. It goes maximal. And Scotland get 6 runs thanks to a powerful strike.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. You put him down, and Ahmed says, well, okay, now that I've had a life, I don't think I really should be here, so I might as well just open up and go big and, well, play freely. And Jagmeet, he needs to get that opportunity out of his head and go back to what he does best. This one is a chance. It gets sliced, and it drops short off the fielder, so almost gets the perfect reply after being hit for a big 6.
Yeah, almost. And you can see that it's a bit of a luck factor, I suppose. And you need some, don't you? I mean, just look at this 10 and over pace at the moment. They stay with 100. 105 overs, hard to believe. We'll have the exact calculation for you during the innings break.
But one thing that I will say, Vinny, is we've seen a lot of cricket in Italy, we've seen a lot of fresh tropical, and their openers are pretty good. As we see this one, it's been hit right down the ground, and this will stay hit. It's 6 more. Well, whatever happens, whatever the target is that Italy are chasing, this is what they've got to do. They've got to hit 60s like this. And what I was about to say there is, we know about the Italian hard hitters. We know that Fresh Tropical are a team that they can hit scores and bring scores up so quickly. We've seen them get 60s in power plays, and the one man that helps them do that is Nakvi. Nakvi will be key really in the reply here for Italy, and if he can get going and do something sensational and get a partner who can match him, then they have got the firepower to do it. But the thing is, they've got to make sure though there's not too many more runs that are put on the board from here on in from Scotland. It's the end of the over, and we're already into the 80s here. So there's still 12 deliveries to go, and it's all about trying to keep this score to, well, look, if they get 2 good overs in and just keep to around about 100, I think that gives them that opportunity. But they've got to get good ones in. Looks like they're going with Hassan Ali to bowl this one. They need a magical over here. Maybe, something like just a few runs from it, a couple of wickets, and really put the squeeze on. Scotland, on the other hand, I think they'll know the equation themselves. They must be thinking, all right, look here, guys, we've got 5 wickets in hand. Let's throw everything at this. Let's get some boundaries here. Let's try and take this match away from Italy.
Yeah, it's going to be a long way back, but Italy, look, even if it's not possible to chase this in 5 overs, still want to finish with a win. Obviously, plan A is to try and pull off that mathematical miracle. Hassan gets it to the leg side. There's some protection out there. It's Padusha Fernando that does the fielding.
Keeping the pressure on. Apologies, just lost the scores on the bottom of your screen for a moment. They'll be back up in no time at all.
84 for 5 after 8.2. There's still 10 balls remaining here. Now it goes leg side again. Almost finds the fielder. Well, he does find the fielder, but on the bounce. More work for Fernando. Places cricket for Padova Cricket Club. In the kind of Venice area. Beautiful area that we went last year during our Italian adventure. But this year, unfortunately, we couldn't get to Venice on the calendar. Those teams typically played in the Bologna leg of the tour. But I'd love to go there, especially now that things have opened up a little bit.
Yeah, we were a little bit, we were forced to stay where we were when we were there last time. And this one's been well struck, and this won't be stopped. Well, we saw a couple of shots being played, which Fernando on the leg side made some really good shots, and Hassan changes things slightly. This is a better time shot from Ahmed, and he brings up 20 for him, as this one is too far out of the reach of Baljit, and he's a little bit frustrated. And he's, I think he straight away said to Hassan, hey, come on, look at your field.
Hassan, a couple of balls to go. And there's a little edge here. Yeah, there is. So, not a huge celebration from the Italians, but certainly it's an edge that RM Peters heard. So, Ahmed's going to have to go for 20. And with 7 balls left, he's got 11, 89 for 6.
Yeah, look, I mean, they don't need to be flat here. I mean, we'll know, and I know you're trying to work out, according to yourself, what the equation is. But if they can just, this is what I'm talking about, dot balls, get a wicket, keep it tight. I mean, keep it tight, keep it to under 100, then it may not be impossible. They've got the firepower to do it, and they've got to believe. The Netherlands believed against Spain in that last match number 18. What a finish that was from them, and they got a victory that nobody thought. Come on, admit it.
Yeah.
Everybody on the viewers chat, I know what the comments were being put on there. Easy win Spain, easy win Spain. So put your hand up and say, yeah, I was one of those people. But cricket or sport is a funny game. Anything can happen. But it only happens if you believe. The Zulfiqars believed, and they pulled off an amazing run chase and giving Netherlands a victory with 3 balls to go as well. That's the amazing thing, that 90-run partnership. That's what Italy have to do here. They believe. This one is hit straight down the ground, but only going to be 1. In comes the throw. It's a good throw as well, firing it in to the keeper's end. So that's the end of the over. That's the sort of over they needed. That takes the score to 90 with 6 balls to go. It's a good one there from Ali. And now they just don't want to let themselves down here now. They've got to keep their heads up and say, right, okay, same again. Let's get a good over in, try and keep this score to under 100, and maybe then, if the calculation is, I don't know, 55, 60, 5 overs, it's on. They can do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long way to go, but one step at a time. First, you have to restrict as much as you can during this over. So let's just see if they can pull it off. It'll be impressive.
It looks like they're going to go for Anik Ahmed to bowl the last. He has been pretty decent all the way through.
He's done himself proud.
Right, this is thumped, and it's too good. It's too good to be stopped out there by Buljit. He's out there, he's patrolling a little bit short, and this is almost like a straight pull. And this is absolutely clubbed by Jack Hogarth. So that's going to be 6 runs, and that is not what's required at this stage for Italy.
Yeah, that hurts for sure. But still, like I said, one step at a time. Just deal with this over first and see if you can keep it down to something reasonable.
He goes into the same areas. Is he going to get the same result? No, this one has been plucked by the right hand of Buljit Singh. But yeah, all right, different batter here now, so maybe the same line might work well to Garden, but certainly you don't want to be putting there to Jack Hogarth. He seems to like the ball being pitched up.
Garden goes down, and it's just been, it's a funny thing. Garden really clicked in one game and looked amazing, but he just seems a bit out of form at the moment. I don't know whether it's just the maybe rise in pace or intensity, but it just hasn't quite shown the same kind of timing and dominance that he did when he was at his best during the group stage.
Firmly struck. Buljit will take it on the bounce. He does. Keeps it to a single, so it's just that first ball that was smashed for a straight 6 from Anik Ahmed. But after that, he's come back well. 99, 2 balls to go. So this one should be the 100. They look like they're ready to set for 2, but decide against it. So 100 on the board. Ball to go. Italy. They are still in this match, but more importantly, if they can win it, and depending on how they win it, they could still be in this championship. And this will just be a single, and I don't think they'll even try to turn it into 2. So yeah, good effort in the field from Italy. So they continue to do well in the field. There's never been an issue about that. Their bowling has been pretty well, and even though Scotland got off to a pretty good start, 62 off the first 5, they've been restricted well by some good bowling and some good discipline, and also some good fielding from Italy. So we know what the scores are on the board, and now I think everybody's going to get their calculators out and try and work out what Italy need to do. But one thing for sure is they need to go out there positive and score runs as quick as they can. And one thing the Italians have always done at the end of every innings is get into a huddle together, and that's what they're doing there. Well, as we leave them to do their team talk and fire themselves up, let's have a look at these highlights. And it started well for the Scots. They made a good start. McBride, though, once again, he ends up going early. There was a good catch there from Mir Sharif in that area where the sun can play quite a vital part in taking some of these catches. And we know there's some good, strong players, hitters. Jack Jarvis and Naylor came together. These two put good partnerships together. Hopping mad was Anik Ahmed there as the captain. Buljit Singh, well, A, he wasn't able to take the catch. Secondly, he wasn't able to stop the boundary. It was given at 4 correctly in the end. And then Jarvis, after playing a lovely shot for 6, well, he just literally, you've got to say, gives his wicket away, doesn't he? Just doesn't play a shot, or you say stops his shot and puts it straight into the hands of the fielder. Well, he was passed by Ollie Harris coming in, and Harris played some lovely shots. And Karina there giving us the thumbs up because she was okay as one was blasted straight at her, but the same way that Jarvis did. Well, you saw Ollie here doing the same, sort of doesn't follow through with the shot, hits it pretty clean out the middle and needed to get the power in. Well, there's Meda Dalb, and she's happy at the moment because the sun is shining. We're watching brilliant cricket, and her mum is here as well. So hello mum, I hope you're enjoying the cricket. And as we're saying hello to mum, we might as well say hello to dad as well, Michael Dalb, who no doubt is also watching. And and following things, and he's been involved in the viewer chat as well. Well, this was another one that went into the camera scaffold tower. It was another one that had to be fished out, but thankfully Karina, she was all thumbs up. No issues there at all. So this match very, very much alive. 101 is the score. Let's have a look at that scorecard. Once again, this is what I'm talking about here from Scotland. This is where, I mean, depending on what happens in this match, where they've got to make the improvements. Batters get in, but can't go on to score big runs. Jarvis, 12 out of 6 balls. Then Naylor, 17. Ollie Hears, he was in the 20s there as well. So they just need to say, right, once we get into those sort of scores, we've got to go big. And Taimur Ahmed was also guilty of that. Number of bowlers used here, 7 in total. All bowled pretty well. You can't really criticise any of the bowlers there. They put in some hard work and hard effort. And the only bowler not to take a wicket was Kanagamage. Everybody else picks up 1 wicket on that. So a pretty good disciplined performance with the ball, and I think they were pretty good in the field as well. Just 1 or 2 errors there. Baljit himself probably didn't read one properly, that he ends up not taking the catch and the ball going to the boundary. But other than that, it was pretty clean, pretty well disciplined. The question is now, how's the response going to be with the bat? Well, we'll work out those calculations.
Yeah. So I've got a calculation for you. 4.5 overs. That's what they need to do. So
okay.
they'll basically need 102 runs off 29 balls, which is a run rate quite about 21 and over. So they're going to need something super magical, really. But still, Italy, they'll probably give it a crack. And then, if not, they're 4 behind. They'll probably just concentrate on trying to win this game and finishing with a win. Anyway, it should be interesting when we return. Just a few minutes. It will be the second half of match 19. Italy will be on the chase of a lifetime. Until then, it's Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo, with Rico Full back shortly with more Dream 11 European Cricket Championship.
Hello cricket lovers, and welcome back to the conclusion of match number 19 here on day 4. Championship week is really up and running in full flow, and these two teams, Scotland and Italy, look like they're going to provide us with a sensational finish. You can see Ellie Evans there. He'll probably know what the news is and he'll know what's required, and we believe that Italy need to knock these runs off in 4.5 overs. So they basically need to score 102 runs in 4.5. So Scotland captain Ellie Evans has probably relayed that onto his team and say, right, okay, if we want to do this, this is what we're going to do first. We've got to make sure that we are spot on for the first half of this match and just try and restrict these big hitters to a target less than that. So repeat, 4.5 overs to try and get to the 102. Italy, well, they're going to throw everything at this. There's no point them going any other way about it. I mean, to win the match and to win it in, I don't know, the 8th or the 9th over, yeah, it'll be a winning finish, but it will still leave a bitter taste, because it means that they won't be coming back tomorrow in finals day. So they're going to have to throw everything at it, give it everything in the first part of these innings. It's not going to be easy, because I'm pretty sure you're going to have Bradley Curry here, who's been, well, one of the top bowlers, I think, in Championship week's been, especially in terms of pace bowlers, been up there all the time. I'm pretty sure that you may even find that he bowls both his 2 overs in the first 5. This one is quick, it's fast. Big swing from Naqvi for no run. Bradley Curry makes his way back. You can see in the background, you can see the Spanish team doing their warm-ups, and the England team as well. Curry. Oh, this is so quick. It's another dot delivery as well. Naqvi missing out on another. Frustration on his part. That's 2 dot balls already, so basically forget the 4.5, make it 4.3. It's been so good, hasn't it, Bradley Curry? Just wonder here whether he may just try something different. He's got 2 really quick deliveries that have gone whiz past Naqvi. Maybe take the pace off this one. And he comes. Well, no, he doesn't. He keeps with the pace, and this one Naqvi does get hold of, and it goes the distance. That's what they need. They need plenty more of those. Manos arriba from the umpire, as that one goes all the way. 6 runs, big hit. So a cracking shot. It's nice to see Michael Daub in the chat. Hello, Michael. This one is going to be valuable runs. Well, that's going to be 5. Well, hang on a minute. Is there touch on this? Well, the umpire didn't see any other signal but 4, so obviously a bit of bad on this. Well, let's have a look. I mean, and yeah, just see the 4 signal. So there obviously some bat on this. For a moment, I thought that was going to be wide signal, but there's a little touch. So there's going to be 4 off the bat from Naqvi. So yeah, there you go. It's 4 that's gone onto Naqvi's score. So it could have been worse, I suppose. It could have been the 5 wide and had to be bowled again. This one is into the pad, so they'll take the leg by. Yeah, Michael just informs me that when we saw a shot there of Meda Dalby's daughter smiling, she must be smiling at me because Mum has already left and gone back to it. Well, Michael, I'm sorry for being stuck in the dream box here. I did see your lovely wife earlier as we had a little chat, and we talked about how frustrating it must be for you not to be here, and the family here, of course, Meda and Mahil, and lovely kids. You're blessed, Michael, I can tell you that. Meda and Michael, Meda and Mahil, I should say, absolutely fantastic. It's great to be working with them often, and they're a great asset to the European Cricket Network, and it was lovely to see them both here along with their mother. But yeah, he has made her way back. So I'm sorry that I didn't get to say him a goodbye. So please, when you get reunited, pass on my my goodbyes, and hope to see. Well, maybe next time. Hope to see you both at one of the whether it's the European Cricket Series or maybe a little bit at the beginning of next year, the European Cricket League that will be happening here in Hartsma. Hope to see you then. But yeah, wishes to all of you, wishes to all of the Dubs, and wishes to everybody that's on the chat as well. Kitty Hunley, hello to you, Kitty. Hope you've enjoyed a good day here. First over does go for 11. This is high up in the air, and where's this one going? It's going, gone. Goes all the way. Boom. Shaka-lugga. That's what we need more of. So we saw 11 off the first, but really, I mean, 11 off the first basically means that we're already sort of 10 short of where they need to be. So all of a sudden, those needing magical overs all the time sort of are coming up to being needing supersonic ones. This one is short, and a little bit of chin music for Nakvi. Nakvi has 16 to his name, and that will be the one for the over. He just gets a good natural bounce. Of course he does. Look at the size of the man. This one is a bit of a full toss. It's been absolutely whacked. It goes a long way. Well, this one is ordering a Victoria at the bar and smashes it away. Well, it's I'll tell you what, I mean, it's waist or above, and that was hovering around about there. Well, there you go. Watch out, watch out. There's another kookaburra that wants to order a drink. Well, hey guys, watch out for that trophy. I hope there's somebody there that was trying to save the trophy there. We all want that to have a dent in it already, will we? Oh, well, this one is even gundier, and this is travelling. That ball is not coming back. Adios, Bolota. That is going a long way. That is going to the beach. Look, it's a nice day to go to the beach on the Costa del Sol, and that's where that ball has gone. Adios, Bolota. And, well, it's not gone to a beach near here either. It's gone to a beach somewhere in Marbella. Well, that's a big hit. It disappears behind the ECL software ball. It's still going. Gundy ball also being called a no ball. And, that was a sensational strike, and that one goes completely wrong from Adrian Neal. A massive hit. Well, that was a supersonic hit. It's a Bizaway supersonic hit, and that will be a warning now for the bowler. So Adrian Neal gets that one completely wrong, and he comes again. Free hit, and Nakvi goes high up. They might as well just keep running, run hard. Catch won't matter. Well, the catch goes down. They will now take the second. So, and interesting enough that the bails were also down there, which Adrian Neal puts up. I wonder what happens if we see here. Well, I think while he's waiting for the ball to come back to himself, the ball goes, the bails come down. And, well, there you go. Just, yeah, just a bit of touch on there. Good work from our Spring Productions. This one's the Yorker. So better delivery, which gets worked out. So they'll take the single here. 33 on the board. As Nakvi is the man doing the damage at the moment. Nice time to welcome back into the dream box Mr. Maximo Vinny Sandhu.
Yeah, nice to be back. Well, it's not a bad start by Italy by any stretch of the imagination, but you pretty much have to take 31 balls off the balls remaining that you see there for what they need to do to make the finals. So they need 69 off 18.
This is just sliced up. It will fall safe. So Fernando will get off the mark. But yeah, Fernando needs to be going at the same sort of pace that Nakvi is. And even then, they could fall short. So end of the over. And Neil, he does go magical. 23 comes off that one. And the score moves on to 34. Yeah, this is where we are.
You see, it's about 1.8 difference. That's a lot to make up in the game. Although it helps they're playing each other, but you can see the magnitude of the of the situation. So yeah, net run rate, for those of you that don't understand how it's worked out, it's basically the run rate that you score runs out when you're batting, subtracted by the run rate that you concede runs at when you are bowling across the whole of the tournament. So your whole runs for divided by overs for minus runs against divided by overs against. Anyway, here's Ali Evans. He did a good job in the commentary box earlier. Had a lot of good feedback on Alistair. Very experienced campaigner. Like some of the finer technical points that he was discussing. And so it will just be a single here. He's talking about when he's bowling his cutters, it's just not good enough to bowl the regular kind of cutter. You need some sort of extra element such as overspin or even underspin to cut under the ball to surprise the batter on this surface. So it just shows that he's thinking about the little minor adjustments he needs to be effective on this track.
This is a bit of a full toss, and it will be one bounce four. So doesn't get the full might in the shot, if you like, Naqvi, but still gets enough on it to turn it away to the boundary. I think it's probably, it is the slightly slower delivery, and that's why it doesn't really fire off the bat, but he gets a boundary. So Naqvi, no shortage of effort from him. You know what a dangerous player he is. I was talking about him already when he plays for his domestic club back home in Italy, Fresh Tropical, and he is destructive. This one is up in the air, and has he got enough of this to get it over the fielder? He has, and in fact it goes all the way. Manos arriba, porque eso es 6 más, and Naqvi is going big. But just like that, he gets into the 40s. He's now 41, and this is quite an amazing shot. It really is. It's a pretty full delivery, but he still finds enough room and gets enough under this to send it to the boundary. 45 without loss. Naqvi on 41 of 13. Ali Evans now, he's making a change, and we've seen him do this a number of times. He's now going to come around the wicket to the right-hander, really trying to angle this across him, trying to mimic what a left-armer would do. And he gets successful straight away, the dot ball, and that's what kills Italy. Every time there's a dot, the damage that a dot ball creates is massive.
Yeah, sure does. And Ali using that angle across. Naqvi, well, he's annoyed. They're on a wing and a prayer here, really, Italy, but they're trying. You've got to admire that.
Evans once more. This is well hit and won't go past the fielder, though. It's a really nice catch, well judged. Keeps his eyes on it. And will be a wicket for Ali Evans. So just changing it around what he does. He's very clever in doing that. But one thing is doing it. The other thing is being able to execute it and get it right, and he does. And they get the wicket there. And I think with that wicket now going, I mean, we know Naqvi is explosive. And if he can't do it, if he can't get you close to it, even with that sensational innings, you got to say, I mean, take nothing away from the effort. Naqvi scores 41 in just 15 deliveries, but a good catch taken there by McBride.
Yeah, actually made that look quite easy, but it wasn't. He had to turn his heels and run with the flight outside the circle. So Naqvi, again, you can't fault his intent as he struck 5 sixes on the way to his 41 or 15, but he's got to go, and the score now is 45 for 1.
Yeah, nice round of applause being appreciated by some of the players out there as well, including the Scottish bench. He certainly gave it his all. The batter now comes in.
So you basically need 57 off 12. So I think it's time to put that away and be a bit more realistic. Try and win the game here. Try and go out in a high for Italy. If someone tell that to Gujar, who'll probably try and smack it for 6, and he almost does, but he's gone. So, well, Gujar had such a great series, but unfortunately he will finish with a golden duck. Again, unselfish, but he takes on the fielder and doesn't win. That was a good catch taken out there.
Brilliant catch.
And you know what? That means that Ali Evans is on a hat-trick, but it is also the end of the over and end of the power play. It's 45 for 2.
Yeah, great catch there from Curry. And, very, very good player, isn't he? And, well, not only does he bowl superbly well, he's pretty good with his hands as well. We're leaping up in the air. He makes it look easy. Well, that's 2 really good catches. First, the one from McBride when he's running backwards and looking into the sun. And now that one, that was absolutely hammered by Umar Gujar. But you're absolutely right, Gujar, he's had a sensational championship. He really has, and he's going to be disappointed the way it's going to finish for him. Doesn't end up getting any runs in this one. Goes first ball, gets the golden duck. But look, when he reflects back on the performances that he's put in over the last 2 weeks for his side in the group matches as well as this in the championship matches, he'll look back with pride because he's been great with the ball and with the bat.
Yeah, I'd love to see Italy just kind of refocus now and try and win this cricket match. I mean, not many teams get to win their last game. Generally, it's only the champions, so they've got an opportunity to do that and tie Scotland with a 2-6 record. But let's see what happens when the field goes back. 5 outfielders in place now, and Jack Hogarth is going to bowl over number 4. Again, cult figure, the Bison, coming on to bowl his leggies. And this is a flat bat, and it is smacked out of the ground. Maximo, a little bit too short from Hoagie, and he pays the price. 6 runs.
Yeah, cleanly hit. Well struck by Fernando, who's joined out there now by Amir Sharif. And look, both of these batters would like to go up on a high, especially Amir Sharif. He's been pretty good, hasn't he, in this championship, but just has been misfiring slightly in the last few games, especially in championship week, but certainly during the group stages he was really good. See in the background both the teams, both the Spanish squad and the England 11 are just doing a few gentle warm-ups. They're getting ready for the final match of the group stages. England taking on Spain. What a finish that will be to the group stages. Both teams already know what it will be. The pattern of play tomorrow, as this one is played out for a single.
Yeah, it could be still some movement, but it won't change the fixtures. If Spain lose by a significant amount, they could dip under Netherlands' 11 net run rate. Wow, he's been bowled by a big filthy full toss, and Hoagie, well, he's hurt his fingers, or maybe he spun that too hard. I don't know what he's done. This is a complete comical showdown here between the batter and the bowler. He said, I flicked it so hard, I think I flicked my finger out. And Sharif is saying, well, I got what I thought was a big hanging full toss, and I've missed it. So not the finish that Sharif wanted to his series, as he is bowled, and the score is 52 for 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's a disappointing end. And let's see what happens here. We're looking at there's no issues with the height. I mean, it's a full toss that he misses out on. Yeah, I mean, it's that loopy delivery. And afterwards, you just have a look at, he said, ouch, that hurt. I don't know what I did here. And then he's trying to explain to everybody, I did a bit of this, I did a bit of that. Well, whatever it was, a bit of this, a bit of that, it was too good for Amir Sharif. He also goes for a golden duck. I mean, that's the way sometimes it goes. Umar Gujar, he's been fantastic. He gets a golden duck. Now Amir Sharif, he gets out to it's a Gandhi ball, isn't it? It's a full toss. It should have been whacked. He goes. So, well, the ducks are building up in the lake at the back. So that's another one.
Yeah, still can't work out what happened there. I know what happened to Sharif. He just misjudged it in the overspin, made it drop down pretty quickly, but Hogarth looked like he injured himself bowling it. This one looks like it's the one that goes the other way. Kalagamago is coming off golden himself. He's not able to score. So, yeah, so I'd like to see them now refocus and just try and win the game. And the game's there to be won. Still got plenty of batting to come.
No ball called, and well, this could be a bonus. Well, Curry makes a stop. The batters think about taking a second, decide against it. So, free hit coming up here.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see if this was the front foot or not. Yeah. Wow.
That's smashed away. I think it was just, doesn't quite get the heel on any part of the line. We'll see this again here. Yeah, I think that's a good enough ball for me.
I'm not so sure. I think it lands behind. Yeah, you want to be sure.
We're going to take the single here, so he gets away with the free hit. They'll just take the single.
Again, I mean, it's tough because in real time the umpire's probably looking at where the foot ends up. But I mean, Hogarth shouldn't be getting that close anyway, I suppose, as we get to the end of the fourth over. The score is 55 for 3 after 4. So still in decent shape to win the match, and I think that should be the focus for Italy now.
Well, it should be now. I mean, they're not going to qualify for finals day tomorrow. I mean, that's now been decided. I think they know that as well. They knew it. I think before the Sharif gave his wicket away, swinging hard at a full toss that he misses. But now the focus has to be, okay, boys, First part of the plan was to try and knock these runs off as quick as we can in 4.5. If that doesn't happen, the next part of the plan is to go out there, win the match and finish on a high. And that's really what they've got to try and do here now. Of course, they're going to be disappointed, and even if they do win this match, but you're going back with a victory, and a victory against Scotland, and you've got to be pretty happy with that, pretty satisfied with it as well.
This first one just sneaks inside, according to the umpire. And you can see Fernando would have liked a wide. Doesn't get the call. And I can see White as well inside the line. You can see that front foot just going outside the leg stump. And so it made it look wider than it was probably to the batter. Jarvis. There's a lot of these cutters. Strike 2 for Fernando. So now, yeah, you've got to be smart. I mean, let's have a look at this required run rate. It's not huge. It's around about 8 and over, just a tick above. And Scotland, again, they don't want to lose the match full stop, because then they're going into a do-or-die clash against England tomorrow with only 2 wins to their name out of their 8 games. And that's a bit of a momentum buster, especially the way they lost to England earlier.
This one will be called. Jarvis has been pretty good in getting it in the right areas, and he gets 2 right, and this one he just goes a little bit too wide. He doesn't.
Let's have a look at this one. So what does the batter do? He goes 2 stumps outside. That's the thing. If you move the line 2 stumps, it probably goes straight over the imaginary line, and that's still a wide. If you're over the line, it's a wide. So yeah, that's why I like to see bowlers aiming at the batter or the stumps. As we see a ball that gets edged down and goes for 4. So this one he does throw the bat, gets some of the bat on it, and Fernando gets 4.
Yeah, that's what they want. They get the boundary. I mean, if we now focus on just getting victory in this match, you can see that the rate is under 9. It's around about 8. So that's what's got to be the focus. Try and get the victory here. Nice shot played. Fielder should sweep this, and does. They think about 2 to go against it, get the single.
So I've got my idea. This came to me during the week. Slightly been coming together because, you know, I'm not a huge fan of moving the line because it leads to inconsistency. I'm talking about wides on the offside. My thinking, I think the best way to do it, because I like the idea of a fixed point. Okay, if you were just to leave the line where it is right now and call it the way we do it without moving, it might be a bit too unfair. As we see, almost a catch, and, well, Evans, this is an interesting one for me because he does step on the rope at one point, because I want to see if actually he's ever touching the ball while he's on the rope. So it's this second touch that I think is suspicious, but we don't know. There he's on the rope. Does he touch it while he's on the rope? He does not. So I think he'll be okay there. So I guess that was well done by Ali. I don't know how intentional it was.
He does well. He gets a bit of a nasty bounce, doesn't he? But the key thing is, like you say, no contact while touching the rope. Yeah, go on.
So at the moment, pretty much anything that touches the line is a wide. I would say, okay, let's give the line to the bowler. If you get even a bit of that blue line, that's fine. So wides would be balls that are outside that blue line completely, but the line doesn't move. So we'll give the bowler another. We'll give the bowler another width of that line, which is not insignificant. It's probably maybe about 3 inches, but the line doesn't move. And I just think that'll take the inconsistency out. That was where I think we might be heading for wides in ECN in 2023. But we're a long way from that. But in the meantime, why don't you send us a message? And you can get me at Mr. Maximo. You can get Rico at RicoFull. Don't forget to follow us at European Cricket, including our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network.
But I don't like it. See, that's a batter talking.
No, but I'm giving the bowler more. So think of
a lot more. You're giving him 2 centimetres. That's it. Chance taken. Well, we'll continue this conversation as the batter goes. And Jack Hogarth, he's liking that catch. But I tell you what, he's got.
Well, it's a hat trick.
It's a right.
It's a hat trick for Evans.
They did bring it back the last 2, and now it's a wicket at first ball. And well, that's why we saw the. Well, first of all, it was a routine celebration. Yeah, taking the catch. Then all of a sudden, the word gets through to say, "Hey, you know, you took 2 wickets in the last 2 deliveries. So this one, well, that's a hat trick." So Ali Evans, he does get a hat trick. He's got his captain. No wonder he's got a big smile on his face. Well done to him. And it was great to have him up in the dream box. Well, this is the shot. And just look at this. So look, there's the catch from Hogarth, so he's pretty happy.
They knew it as well. You know, they caught us out because he didn't bowl the next over that he could have. And so we were off talking about something else. And then Ali snuck in, and he knew he was on a hat-trick too. You better believe it. So Kalagamage is the hat-trick victim. And finally, we have a hat-trick here in the championship week. It's hat-trick number 34 of the season, and it goes to the experienced Alistair Evans. And it just shows you, all you have to do is do a few overs of commentary with me, and suddenly miraculous things happen. And I'm sure he's thrilled to be on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he certainly is. And like I say, it can happen to a nicer man. Well, maybe he can get a double hat-trick, and he comes. It's been hit pretty nicely, and it's going to be 4 runs. Well, that's a really nice shot, isn't it? And Buljit Singh, he puts himself lower down the order. He's been religiously batting at number 3. Comes in a bit lower down, and well, the battle of the two captains. And after getting a hat-trick, the next ball he bowls to Buljit. His opposite number, it's a beautiful shot down the ground for 4 runs. This is Buljit when he's at his best, when he's hitting shots like this, timing, hitting it sweet. Sometimes, though, he tends to want to go across the line. Short, and well, Ali Evans hits back with the shorter ball.
So what you just said interested me, because you said you're not giving the bowler that much, but you actually are giving them quite a lot. Think about how many balls in a day hit the wide line, and then sometimes just a bit of the wide line, and they get called wides.
Yeah, but
I think
you're telling me
if
I'm coming into bowl and the batter, before I release the ball, takes a big step outside the off stump, you're telling me if I touch that line slightly, you're going to call it that if I go past the line slightly by a millimetre, is that one gets smashed? What a shot that is for 6. Hang on, let's focus on this shot.
Maximum time. Buljit's come in late.
This is a great shot.
This game's very much alive, by the way, and it just goes blast this actually over a couple points.
It's a cracking shot.
Really hard.
Beautifully struck. But yeah, what I'm saying is I'm going to be really disappointed if that gets called.
I'm going to tell you, don't be a scaredy cat and bowl at the stumps. That Jarvis over, hate that stuff. It's so defensive. I understand it, and it's. I'd be doing it if I was bowling as well. But here's an idea: bowl at the stumps, and the amount of time we see bowlers do better when they bowl at the stumps.
Yeah, but look, you got tactics when you're a batter, and you got a bowler that's bowling a particular line. You got a tactic of being able to play the ramp shot or the reverse Malachi, right? Well, when you're a bowler, if you've seen a batter that is deliberately going well wide outside the off stump, okay, then your tactic is to bowl at him. And if you bowl at him and he misses it and you just get it past that line and it gets called a wide, I don't think that's right.
I hear what you're saying, but this is just where I've ended up. It's a bit of a compromise. I actually think that you shouldn't move the line at all, because make it a fixed point and make it kind of known. Like the leg stump. The leg stump rule's harsh, but the bowlers know it, right? The bowlers know it, and it works. It was one of the best things that we do. And there's no arguments about it here. All these arguments about the offside is always... And we're seeing lots of umpire errors, to be honest, because they're going to have to... It's hard enough when the line's there. We'll come back to that in a second, because right now, Maximo time. It's Fernando that finishes the 6 with a bang. So Evans, he starts with a hat-trick, and he finishes by going for Maximo's. And still, he'll be happy to have that milestone as he departs with figures of 3 for 28. And... at the end of the over, it's 79 for 4.
Yeah, so it's quite an amazing over, really, isn't it? It starts with a wicket, which then we learn is the hat-trick, because he did take 2 wickets in the last 2 balls of his first. And then after that, he gets taken to the cleaners, doesn't he? Some good hitting.
Does a little bit.
Singh. And Fernando, well, welcome to the European Cricket Network. This is how it works on here. You just never know what's going to happen next.
And Ali said something to that effect himself. But, yeah, congratulations. We'll probably see the Hall of Fame shortly with Ali Evans.
Great achievement. And it could happen to a nicer guy, and we know that because we spend a lot of time chatting to him. And he certainly knows his cricket. He's a real gentleman. And I think anybody from any team that has had the opportunity to play against him and talk to him would say the same thing. He's just such a lovely guy.
He sure is. It's Hoagie. A little bit of the football skills from Jack.
Firmly hit. Just floats this one right up there. Yeah, Hogarth trying to do a bit of the Arthur Godsall. And Arthur got Rajmani run out with what I described as a penalty straight down the middle.
It's true. Yeah, soft option, taking a penalty. But you know what you're saying.
Hey, what a lovely day it's been today.
Nice.
You have to pinch yourself sometimes, don't you? When you have to look at where we are.
I called it at the very start of the day. And it was the, as we say, a single. But yeah, I said it couldn't be a better day for cricket. Maximum of 27. Still it's 24. Very, very sunny. Late afternoon sun on the Costa del Sol. There's nowhere you'd rather be.
It's a bit of a half-hearted appeal. I mean, if this was out, well, I'll tell you what, we know it. Jack Hogarth would have been running around. You can't catch him. So he knew that it wasn't. I can tell you that now, because if that was plumb, Jack Hogarth is already doing a lap of honour before the finger goes up.
Yeah, you're right. Pitch that side leg stump.
This one has been hit cleanly and will go all the way. Balle, 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 kinna sona. छक्का लग गया बहुत अच्छा शॉट मारिया आपने बलजीत सिंह ने लगदा जिद्दां इटली कल नूं नहीं फाइनल्स खेलूंगे पर ये मैच दा जरूरी जितना ये तो गल पक्का मैच जितना that's what he's saying. We may not be here tomorrow but we want to win this match. And now, well, any which way but how, and he says, well, if my own play gets in the way, I don't care, I'm still thumping it down the ground. Fernando, he's saying, hey Skip, take it easy, I'm on your side.
So yeah, Scotland, certainly not the way they wanted to finish their group campaign with 2 losses, but yeah, they have done enough to make it into finals day as we hit the end of the 7th over. The score is 88 for 4. 14 required off the last 3. Let's have a look at what's coming up tonight. Well, flick the switch, Thursday night cricket live from the Costa del Sol, and Spain, the hosts, against England 11. Well, just remember that Spain beat England on the first morning of play here in Championship Week. They've waited a long time, England, to get another crack at Spain, but they do in match 20. And they had an early win. Their captain, Dan Lincoln, won the toss, elected to bat first. And looking at that batting order, that suggests they're going to go back to Lincoln at the top with Harrison Ward, Tom Bevan. Top 3 they started with but didn't really click. Maybe it's time to go back to that. Rishton, I think, has been very good for them with the bat and the ball. Clayton also has found his feet as the week's gone on. So join us for that. It starts in about 35 minutes right here on the European Cricket Network.
Curry to come back. Bowled the first, went for 11. Nicely played by Buljit. It's nice to see Buljit, the captain, out there, and I do hope, I mean, the way this match is going, it looks like that Italy should end up winning it, though it's not going to be a sweet moment for them. It's still going to be a bit of a bitter taste about it, but they finish, or should finish, victorious, and it'd be great if the captain's out there, because we're talking about Ali Evans, lovely guy he is, or Buljit also. He's a lovely chap. He's such a good sportsman. He's been such a good leader, hasn't he? And he's got his team here, but unfortunately, they just weren't able to click in all departments when it came to Championship Week. He wants to get down to the other end. Here's the throw from Curry, and this is going to be out. Absolutely gone. Well, great work there from Curry. Well, I'll tell you what, he's a little bit too hot and spicy for Fernando. He gets there quickly, does Curry, throws it in, and you're gone. You're on your way.
Yeah, hold the phone. This is a really good piece of work from Curry. Knew exactly what he had to do. He could have a little peek at the stumps, but he had to throw quickly, didn't he? And see, still edge and onto the pad. Curry has a look, and he gets him by some distance. So no need to go upstairs for that one. The umpire was in perfect position, made the decision. And so, fortunately for Baljit, that's the end of his tournament. Pardon me, not Baljit that's out. Baljit's the man that survives, but still a very good piece of fielding from Curry. The man run out is Padusha Fernando. The opener goes for 22 or 14 as he departs. 89 for 5.
Yeah, it's a good knock. He's going to be unfortunate, isn't he? He was hoping that he'd stay there till the end. Anik Ahmed, though, gets an opportunity. Maybe thought he wouldn't. This has been launched and it's going to go all the way. Yes, it is. Well, what a hit that is. Well, that's why Buljit wants to get to the other end. He's thinking, hey, I'm hitting it clean. I'm feeling good here at the moment. And, well, maybe a lot of the pressure has been taken off the captain. And he's playing the shots that we say that when he's playing in this sort of mode, Vinny, that he's just a pleasure to watch.
Have a look at Ali Evans there. Well, guess what? Good news for him. There's the first 15, there's the second 15, and there's Alistair Evans.
Ali. He's up there on the board. And up there on the Hall of Fame, so board बताया Scotland captain Alistair Evans ने अपनी हैट्रिक पूरी कर ली 2 ओवर ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਤੇ ਲਾਸਟ 2 ਬੋਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਓਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਬੋਲ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਓਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ हैट्रिक पूरी कर ਦਿੱਤੀ And well, what a proud moment it is. European Cricket Network making players' dreams come true. And Eddie Evans is now on our Hall of Fame.
Fake ramp. I'd like to say that 98% of Buljit's ramps are fake ramps. And he just, I still don't know what he's trying to achieve by doing it, because I think by now everyone knows he's not going to go through with it. It's almost like he's getting his squats in. But anyway, Anik Ahmed can come and he can finish things with one swing of the bat. So, I mean, it's going to be a pretty good win for Italy, but it shows you what they had to do was so significant. It always comes down to the margins. In some of the matches during the week, they would have wished they could have kept it a bit closer.
Nicely guided away. It should be stopped on the boundary. It is. They'll take the single.
Yeah, so just 5 more required. But, I mean, Italy, obviously, they can be very, very proud of their efforts. They make the top 5 in this year where there's a lot of competition. There's more countries as well as last year. Remember, last year they did as well, but there was a final 6 that they made it to. This year, and we've had a lot of fun in Italy. Our Italian adventure, our Italian summit through July, where we went through Milan, Brescia, Bologna, then Rome. Then, of course, the Super Series, which determined the ECL qualifying club, which is Roma CC.
Does he do it this ball? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to say yeah. Look where he is.
Where's he going?
He's going to do the ramp. That would have been the absolute
Buljit's already heading to the bar.
Finish it with the ramp. Can you imagine? After all we said, you know he's not going to ramp it, and next thing you know, plays the ramp for 6, game over. Well, okay. Well, he starts taking the guard, which is way down the leg side. Well, he's entertaining, but the thing with Buljit is when he starts doing this sort of stuff is when he gets out. When he stays focused and stands in the crease and plays properly, he plays in great shots. Remember, he almost pulled off 6 sixes in an over.
Yeah, he did. 31, he got off that over. It's not even the highest over we've had. I think we had 34.
34 for Dan Lincoln.
Dan Lincoln off Udit Nashir. So now just 5 required. We go into the 9th. We often say it all happens in the 9th. It'll probably all end in the 9th, but we'll have to see. You can pull off 2 miraculous overs. You still might be able to defend this, but hard to see it happening. Do you just gamble now and bring the field up? You've got someone like Neil, who's a pretty good bowler. His first over went the journey. Got hit for 3 sixes and bowled a high no ball. That went for 23. He's back in the second.
Just wants to get the field. He tends to bowl much better when he bowls later on. I still do believe he, for some reason, with this the new Kookaburra, he seems to struggle with it. He showed that here again today when he bowled the second over. And you're right, he went for plenty, went for 23.
I think also because, okay, you drive him in the air, you might get it over the infield, but not the outfield. So I think he benefits from having extra outfielders and maybe batters that haven't been there as long, not top order batters in this form of the game. Anyway, time for over number 9. And it starts with a wide.
Yeah, wide down the leg side, so that reduces the equation by 1. So any boundary now would do it.
Yeah, 4 would do it. Yeah, Italy, we've had a great time there. I mean, I've only just kicked my carbonara habit. We had a great time.
Of course, I remember that. Your carbonara in Rome, well.
Yeah,
I think you set a record.
It's got a lot to answer for. The pasta and the wine in Italy. We had a very good time there. Isn't it great to see so many of the players that we saw performing in that ECS performing here? They've got a lot to be proud of, winning Group D. And also, look, let's not forget, 3 days ago they beat England 11, and it shows it wasn't a fluke last year. That's the second time Italy have beaten England in this tournament.
Yeah, Ollie here showing us his footballing skills.
4 to win now. Anik on strike, pitches up, and he's gone. And, well, it's a nasty one for the fielder. It's Chris McBride that takes the catch. Has a look, has a count, and they're all there. I'm not sure they're all in great shape, so it'll be a wicket laid on as Anik drives. And this is in the gap. I think it's the end of the game, but he hit it straight at McBride, who holds on to the catch. And Italy, 98 for 6.
Yes, another wicket. And, of course, every time they stop balls, anything is possible. And McBride, I think, is deciding, look, I need to go off and maybe get some of the magic spray from Mary onto this. And maybe, I think he wants to take that finger up. I mean, as soon as it hit him, he was in trouble. So he goes off. It looks like the 12th man will come on, so you might see Uzair Shah. And listen, one thing for sure is you're talking about your carbonaras. Vinny Sandu, this is the God's truth. You were eating at 1.3 or 4 carbonaras a go, And that's a record. I've never known anybody. You were hooked on those carbonaras.
Yeah, I was at Carbonara Anonymous. But also, in Bologna, I've got to say I love the bolognese, the genuine bolognese sauce.
Yeah, proper ragu sauce. Yeah, that's the home of the ragu sauce in Bologna. Yeah, we certainly had some great meals. How
about Anik, though? I mean, Anik's a good cricketer. It's really nice to see him getting an opportunity here. Plays the cricket for Rome Bangla Morning Sun. And he hasn't disgraced himself at all. He's been a very important contributor to this Italian side. So they're just making hard work of this at the moment. I suppose, okay, I would try and break this last two overs into 4 half overs. If you can have 4 outstanding half overs where you only concede 1 in each of them on average, then you're doing all right. That's pretty much what they've done so far. Roshan Silva comes out. Maybe he can finish it off. He gets full toss. He just clunk it for 1. And that takes them closer. Man, they got 2 off that half over. There was a wide and there was that single. There was a wicket in the middle. Baljit, though, I don't think he's mucking around here. If he gets something to drive, he's going for it. They've brought up mid-off. They've got the cover and cover point really tight.
Yeah, he's a very good player of the short ball as well. So if he gets a short one, he'll go after it. Oh, well, this is terrible. Well, that's the match. Well, that is the gundiest of gundy balls. It's called a no ball. So poor wicketkeeper. Well, he's going to have to say that goes down as buys. Well, Garden can't believe it. He's going to think, how can you say that's buys? It was a gundy ball. It gets called a no ball. So 1 no ball and 4 buys to finish it. That is the end of the match. So Baljit Singh, the captain, is so good to him be out there in the middle. He was 27 unbeaten off 13 deliveries. And he sees Italy to victory over Scotland. Well done to Italy. Look, sadly, we are not going to see them in finals day tomorrow. They will finish at the bottom of the table. But look, they finished on the same number of points as Scotland, so it's going to be net run rate. And when you look back at some of their performances, you've got to say maybe it was that match against Spain when Italy only put 81 on the board and Spain knocked them off with 22 balls to go. That would have hurt them. And that's when you really have the net run rate go against you. But they've done themselves proud. They had a fantastic week in the group stages, and I think they were awesome in Group D. Really played some really good, exciting cricket. Remember, they had that victory against Germany, 114 to them, restricted Germany to 49 all out. I mean, that was sensational cricket. So, but this week, well, maybe it was a long, hard week. There were some tired bodies there. I know some of their players said they're really feeling it. But they didn't disgrace themselves. They played some excellent cricket, and they'll go back as heroes. And I'll tell you something else, they'll come back bigger and stronger. I really like the talent they've got inside. They've got a lot of youth players there as well. We know they've got some players waiting to come in as well. So the cricket in Italy is exciting, and the future is certainly looking bright.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, they finished with a good win here, Italy. I mean, they had about 1.7 points to make up in the net run rate. They end up making up some of it. I think they finished with about 1.1 between them on the net run rate. That was a funny one, wasn't it? Hogarth seemed to spin his thumb out of its socket, but still spin a web past Sharif, who swung all around that full toss. Jarvis came on, and you can see that Ali, by luck or design, kept that one in the field of play. But this is the funny thing as well. I mean, that 100, if it wasn't, and there was the hat trick. Let's not forget the hat trick, which we almost missed. I might have just missed it twice. I missed it in the highlights as well. But I was just saying, it just shows you, approaching this, they tried to do it so quickly and they actually built a platform that they cruised in the chase in the end. Although they made it slightly hard work at the end, they get there fairly comfortably. 9 balls remaining. This is good work by Curry. Well, Curry's been hot this week, and he shows he can do it in the field as well, defending that run off his own bowling. Yeah, but ultimately, even with those late wickets, still McBride was uncomfortable, to say the least, when he pulled off that catch to remove Anik Ahmed. And then Roshan Silva came out, he got to the other end, and then Baljit got high full toss, ended up at the boundary. Bad luck, Callum Garden. That goes down as 4 buys to you as well. But Scotland, look, they've done it. They've probably done it a bit ugly, to be honest. I mean, you think about how important that win was when Scotland knocked over England. Italy also knocked over England. Yeah. And speaking of England, well, we are going to see them taking on Spain in the last match of the round-robin stage here. It starts in about 20 minutes. Join us for that one in around 15 minutes time. To take you into it, you can see the news from the toss, England 11 winning the toss and electing to bat first. That should be a really good one, Rico.
Yeah, it should be a really good one. Look, once again, just want to say this about Italy. I mean, Italy, we won't see them tomorrow, but look, think about this. Italy, think about the wins that they did have in this championship week. They beat England. They chased England's 121 and got there and got a great victory. I mean, that's something you have to remember. And remember that match. Remember how it finished with that leading 6 of the last over, Rishton bowling, and then a 6 being hit at the last ball when they needed 3. That's a massive highlight for them, and that's something that they'll relive for a long time. And then that victory there against Scotland as well. So they've really had a very, very good championship week. And not all the results went their way, but they'll go back a very proud team.
Yeah, and they're a champion team. All teams here are champion teams. That's why it's called Championship Week. As Nakvi, he led the scoring with 41 off 15. Nice to see him clicking at the top of the order a couple of times. Fernando was involved in that opening partnership as well, 22 off 14. Baljit came good at the end with 27, not out. As far as the bowling went, well, no one really disgraced themselves. Evans, 3 for 28 of his 2 overs, and he took a hat-trick, and it was one of those sneaky hat-tricks that went across overs, but he'll be really pleased to join the Hall of Fame. The other wickets went to Adrian Neil and Hogarth. Jarvis bowled a pretty good over in there as well. So as we say goodbye to the Italians, there will be 4 sides that are in the frame to raise the trophy in the ECC this year, and we'll see 2 of them go head-to-head in just 15 minutes. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo with Rico Full, back shortly with the night game. Time to flick the switch here at the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship.
Ambiente Hello there, it's Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network. I'm here in the VIP area getting set up for some of our guests tomorrow, and I know we're expecting a big day tomorrow. Of course, it is finals day in this Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. We might even spot a very rare species. More of that in a second, but first it's time for match 20 between Spain and the England 11. The coin toss happened a little bit earlier. Rob Cummings with two captains. Let's see what happened.
Your call. Tails. Tails are scored. It is hits. Bat is.
So the news from the toss is that Dan Lincoln, the English skipper, has won the toss and he's elected to bat first. I don't mind that. I like them batting first. I think they can defend well. We saw that against Scotland earlier in the day. And Spain, well, they did lose their first game. It was a tight one, but they have earned the right for that double chance. We know that England will be in the eliminated tomorrow, and Spain could actually drop out of top if they lose this game significantly, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But right now I want to talk about this, a very rare species. You only see them here in the VIP area, and they are some of the rarest kind of creatures you'll see here. It is the corporate guys from the European Cricket Network. We'll have to be a little bit quiet so we don't disturb them. We don't understand a lot about them. We don't really understand what they eat. We don't really understand too much. But what I can tell you here is that in match 20, that England, they've won the toss, they'll be batting first. Well, Rico, I'm going to try and find out more about these fascinating creatures. It's over to you as we get ready to flick the switch and go into the night match.
Well, thank you, Vinny Sandu. It was good while it lasted. Well, you've done yourself no favours there. So anybody that is looking for a part-time commentator, somebody who doesn't do a bad job, well, Vinny Sandu, he will be preparing his CV later. Anyway, we will focus on this match. Spain taking on England. What a match it's going to be. Spain, they experienced defeat for the first time today against the Netherlands when, well, they thought they had it in the bag. So I'm pretty sure that following that one, they're going to come back stronger and make sure this time that they go on to finish the job. But England, well, they are on a bit of a high themselves, aren't they? After starting badly, they've gone on and they've won 3 on the spin. So it was a good day for them yesterday. Can they make it 4 on the spin here against Spain? Spain, who did obviously beat them earlier in the championship when the two teams met once before. And well, we'll give you some information on that. And it was a comprehensive victory. It was the very first match when England put 104 on the board and Spain knocked them off with 13 balls to go, and that was the start of well, a championship week that just went better and better for Spain. But then they did get that one loss. This one, well, England favoured to go 115 to 110, so England are picked to be victorious in this. There are a lot of people that won't agree with it. I've just been looking at some of the comments and some of the views of people in our viewers chat, and it's fairly mixed. Some people are expecting England to win it. There's some saying no, there's no way. Spain are too good, they're too strong. So plenty of conversation in there. Charlie Hunt is on there as well. Hello, Charlie. How are you doing, buddy? And what do you think, Charlie? Which way do you think this is going to go? Charbon is out there as well. Keanu Reeves. And like I say to everybody, keep the conversation coming. It's been absolutely sensational. It'll be great to have you here with us, as it is great to have all of the viewers with us around the world as well. So ready to get started, our umpires, but there's Rafi Ahmed, and he'll be joined out there by Asad Ali as we wait for Frederica Constant, our official timekeeper from Geneva, to give us the thumbs up for the first ball. Mohamed Cameron comes back into the attack after he's had a little bit of rest. Well, he's put the drawing pins away and he's got to do some bowling. He starts with a wide. It's being tidied up by Mohamed Ishan behind the stumps. He's bowling to Harrison Ward. And Harrison Ward is joined out there with the opening partner. They're sticking with what hasn't quite clicked yet with Ben Claydon. So it's been played down the ground. We'll take a single. First runs off the bat for England. Ben Claydon now go on strike. So still Dan Lincoln not pushing himself up the order straight away. Yeah, Charlie's saying pretty proud week so far. Yeah, Charlie, I know exactly where you're coming from. This one will just be played down for another single from Clayton. Clayton's put a good all-round performance in. I mean, he bowled well. Yeah, Charlie just saying, you know, it's if you're being involved with cricket in Spain, you can't be any prouder. Spain have been absolutely brilliant, and a lot of people will be sharing those thoughts. Mohammed Cameron, Harrison Ward again, and Ward once again takes the single. Oh, it's a good shy, and would have been pretty close. There's the Prince Diman. Prince Diman is Diman. He's been pretty good. That's pretty close. Nice shot there off the Prince, getting the shy in. Short, and gets this through pretty quickly. Quite a fast delivery that from Cameron. The hitman Cami whizzing this past the outside edge of Clayton. Got this a line of 4 on the offside. It's just Hamza who is on the boundary on the offside, on the third man area. This is uppish, and it's straight into the hands of Burns, and that's the first wicket. Nicely taken, and that's the field I'm just talking about. They've got that line, haven't they? The line of fire. Well, that's what it looks like with this red and yellow off the Spanish side, and Burns is one of that line, and he takes his catch. It's a smart catch with good bowling from Cameron. He beats Clayton outside the off once, and then, well, similar delivery. Clayton gets good bat on this, to be fair, but straight to Burns, who makes no mistake in taking the catch. So Cami strikes again. Clayton will go for one of the 3 deliveries he faces, and well, it is Burns that takes the catch. So Mohammed Cameron, looks like here that the rest that he's had has done him some good. He looks pretty sharp and pretty fired up. So gets the first wicket, and Clayton once again not quite able to click with the bat. Look at some of the Spanish bowlers. So Mohammed Cameron there picking up his 24th victim. 24 wickets to him in the championship. Prince Daman and Atif Mohammed are not that far behind him on 19, and then followed by Hamza Salim, who really has found his form. This one just gets worked away. They'll take the single. And, of course, they're up against an England side whose batting is starting to click. They're starting to get better with each game. Dan Lincoln is their top scorer at the moment. As the first over comes to an end, and Harrison Ward, well, he's past the 100 mark as well. 108 for him. 5 of the first, but they do take a wicket, and it is the wicket of Clayton that goes, and it's Mohammed Cameron, the man who picks up the first. Vamos, vamos, chicos. That's a phrase that you'll hear a lot coming from the captain, Christian Mills, as we just have a look at the top batters, and you mentioned some of those already. Let's just have a look at the bowling there. Mohammed Cameron now 24 scouts, Prince Diman and Atif Mahmood both on 19. On the other side, not so many, because the reason for that is this one goes over the stump, so this is just going to be buys, and I get the feeling here, buys is signal. Get the feeling here that the wicketkeeper here, Ishan, probably thinks this is going to bowl him. You can't believe it. Good start from Yasir. Just marks up his run once more. Yasir Ali. And just going back to England, remember those numbers not as high because England didn't play in the group stages as the champions. They automatically qualify for Champions Week, so they haven't played the same amount of cricket as the other teams have. Short, but whizzed through. Quicker delivery. So it gets past Harrison. You'll have to get a big score here. It's a strong left-hander. And there's our boys from Portugal. They're asking the question, and a little shake of the head from the umpire. They're going down the leg. Shaba Shaba. So look at this. Where's this pitching? Yeah, it's on the up as well, but I get the feeling that the angle that's bowled at may have gone past the leg stick. Harrison seems to be Bit of a niggle there, maybe with his elbow, his arm. Width, and well, this is almost like a double contact. It sounds like a double hit to me. And they decide not to take the second. It's just a single. Yeah, it's almost like a nurdle, wasn't it? Oh, look at this, sort of nurdles away. It's almost like the ball held up and stood up on the bat for a while. Field changes toward it. We've got point, backward point, third man, sort of all almost within touching distance of each other. Down the ground would be an easy stop for Christian, the captain. Hasn't he done some superb work in the field? The fielding in this competition has been absolutely sensational. Yes, here looking to finish well. It's been a very tidy over so far. And he's going to finish with a wicket. I think Burns is going to take a second catch. He does. And it's Keast who goes. Once again, he's not able to get going. And it's another wicket. And I was saying this over from Yasir was looking good. It looks even better now, as it will be 9 for 2 at the end of that, the second over. What a good over that was. We're talking about the catches. Well, Burns is taking 2 there in the championship so far. Sebastian Braat has taken 15. Daniel Dolkaya 15 as well. Then Christian Manuth Mills, he's on 14. Those are your top three catches. 2 of them have been absolutely sensational. Take some brilliant ones, and I'm pretty sure that Christian Manuth Mills is looking to pick up a few more here. But well, this match at the moment is going very much the way that the home side, the host nation Spain, will be wanting it to do. They've taken 2 quick wickets, and that brings Andy Rishton out into the middle. He's put some good all-round performances in so far. This is how the table looks. So both those teams, Spain and Netherlands, are going to be playing each other in the qualifier 1. So those teams will have the double chance to get into the final, and that's a massive boost. And, England here, I think it's all about getting some confidence out there, and they know that if they are to progress, if they are to get in the final, they will be meeting their opponents here again, and it's all about what positives and pluses they can take from it. Mohammed Cameron comes in the attack, and this one is going to be 4 runs. You just get the feeling here that Atif Mohammed has to get the dive in. If he wants to chase this down, he's not going to get it. And Cameron just straying onto the pads, and that's been clipped away. Nice shot there from Richardson. Nice way to get off the mark. And here, not just out there in the middle, but also from the fan zone. Come on, Cammy! He's become a bit of a popular figure. And well, he's this is not a good delivery. He's down the leg side. Good work then for Mish, and he gets a shine. Oh, this could have been close. This is quality work from Mohammed Ishan. First of all, it's a great stop. Well, he does the rock and roll, the tumble and roll, and gets up and gets the throw in as well. This would have been pretty close, you know. I mean, they'd make it into 2 wides. But oh, that was close. Mohammed Cameron, you see this again. Look at that. There's the throw on the roll. Would have been really close. Well, if he hasn't got a future in cricket, he can also become an artist. You've seen some of his artwork already. Firmly struck, and this is going to take some stopping, and it's not going to be stopped there by Daniel Dolkaya. Really good shot. The timing was great, but the power was awesome from Harrison Ward. Good shot, bang, down the ground, 4 runs, 4 carreras. Que fuerza tienes esta hombre. Cameron once more to Harrison Ward. Short, and he takes him on and just drops short of the captain of Spain, Christian, and almost gets the big wicket of Harrison. Harrison is not going to shy away from this, and it was almost there, and that is given for signal as 1 for the over as well. So Cammy with the ball to go, and he spelt he can't be bowling another short one. 21 for 2. The power play, and okay, yeah, just checking how many balls to go there. The batter, Richardson, and hits this on the up, and we'll get a boundary. That's a nice solid shot. So 4 runs. It looks like there is another one to go. Well, I'm sure I heard the umpire saying one, but there was 2 to go. So Gammy has 1 more to bowl in his spell. And does take a wicket, doesn't he? An important wicket. But now, it's Rishton certainly is finding him to his liking. The boundaries from him. 21 off his spell so far. Goes short. Rishton wants to take him on. It's hovering up there in the air. He's going to get lucky. It just bounces before the boundary. Danny Dolkaya gets there, gets the throw in. They don't chance his arm, get the one. So a couple of shots that have gone in the air. A nice little moment there between the fast bowler Mohammed Cameron and Andy Rishton. They're both very good all-rounders in their own right. So 26 off the power play, and it's 2 wickets down. And as we have a look at the graph, there's a fine time to welcome back into the Dream Box Mr. Maximo. Hello and welcome back. And listen, I'm surprised you still have a job.
Okay.
You don't mess with the hierarchy, you know. Have you prepared your CV?
Yeah, well, you know, I guess it's a bit intimidating for them to be in my background, but no, I'm really excited with the preparations going on. That VIP area, that was a very, very comfortable couch.
Have we got a VIP pass?
That's it. Well,
come on.
I don't know. Do you have to? I know you have to be wearing one of those cards on a lanyard. You know what I mean? You've got to have your accreditation.
Listen, this is my neck of the woods. We're in Spain. I know somebody. He's I think he's out. He is out here. Oh, this is crazy. Harrison Ward, what are you doing here? Well, what are they both doing? Well, the communication was terrible. Well, there's only one place he's going, and that is back. Oh dear, oh dear. This has gone all wrong. Well, just have a look at this again. It's the communication failed from both ends. It's well, Harrison, he just stands in the middle, then he has to try and get back, and well, he's not going to make it. And we've seen this before from Atif. He doesn't miss from there, and that is a sad dismissal.
Oh man,
very good batter.
Oh, it's a good old-fashioned cook-up, really. Harrison did a bit of the barbecuing himself. You have to say, I like where this comes from, but it's just a succession of poor choices. I don't think there's a run there. I mean, so early in the innings as well. Harrison will know that if he's going to make a decision like that. I'm glad it's today, not tomorrow. He's run out for 9 off a wide, and the score is 27 for 3. Maybe you'll see the funny side of that one day. Probably not today.
Yeah, it's not a good one, isn't it? And well, we know there's only one man who goes out there and warms up like that, and that's the captain, Dan Lincoln. This one is high up in the air, and it just keeps on going. Well, that's how you hit a 6 with one hand. And this one goes into the area we're talking about. Well, we get a little glimpse of the VIP section there. Yeah, look, one hand off the bat, up it goes, and lands just over. Well, it goes right over the VIP section.
Yeah, a bit of a one-hander from Rishton. He's a guy that plays his cricket with a lot of energy. Always like to watch him. Dan Lincoln's out there now, coming out at number 5. Seems to have found a bit of a home in the middle order, with Clayton up the top, partnering Harrison Ward. I wonder if that was in the plans at the start of the week.
Oh, he doesn't get this right, and once again, just dropping short off the fielders. A couple of times the English batters have hit the ball in the air, and it just drops short of the men running in from long on and long off.
You see, Rishton finds himself batting even higher than his captain now, but I think that's just testament to how well he struck the ball. He's been one guy that seems to be pretty consistent for them with the stick. Lincoln to face up for the first time.
Nice this away outside the off. And, Lincoln, just keep an eye on him. He likes to get funky, he likes to hop across outside his off and play a lot of shots sort of in that behind square boundary area. Just wondering whether Spain will put a man out there early on or wait for him to play those shots first. But he does execute them pretty well. Rishton, he's chances his arm slightly. This is a long way up in the air, and he chances his arm again, and this time he will not get lucky. What a great catch that is, and it's a third catch for Lorne Burns. Well, he is on fire.
Yeah, I mean, Prince Demand's there. He's also a very good fielder, but I think this is a good call and actually a good respect of the call from Prince Demand, because the way this is hit is slightly sliced, and if anything, it is heading more towards Burns. It's curving a bit towards him. So Burns made the call. He had the confidence that Prince would get out the way and didn't let Prince distract him in taking the catch. So Rishton, he's been a good performer, but on this occasion, he won't make too many. He ends up going for 16 off just 6 balls, and now England 11 have lost a 4th wicket. It's 35 for 4.
Yeah, it was living dangerously, wasn't it? He wanted to have a go, but this is such a good catch. He gets himself as close to it as he can, and then he gets the dive in and takes it well. And well, a little disappointment maybe in the English camp as that one gets taken. We saw the likes of Richard Logan and Tom Lambert there. They'd be slightly disappointed, maybe a bit concerned with this start. They've gone with, well, this man is going up and down the batting order like a yo-yo. Now comes up and he gets a Gundy ball first up. It's a big wide from Atif. That's disappointing. A new batter comes in. You've got to make him play. You've got to get the ball outside the off to him. So Atif Mohammed lets himself down slightly there. Rishton goes for 16 of 6. That brings Godsal back out there. Comes in at number 6 this time. We've seen him coming at number 9 a few occasions.
Atif Mohammed, good young player. One player we've seen come through the Catalunya region. I was just going to say, it's our last game of the night. Our last game of the group stage as well. Not the group stage, the round robin stage, I suppose, here in Championship Week. I'd love some random questions. We like to do random questions last game of the night. So send them through in the comment section, or might get our social media up there in a second. First, here's Atif. Gets driven for 1.
My random question is, where's my VIP pass? But we'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that for you. Just say you're with the band. Anyway, after 4 overs, it is 37 for 4. And I suppose as one tournament draws to a close, we'll have more cricket coming from Monday. We'll be in Croatia on Monday. Zagreb, you must be looking forward to going to Croatia. I mean, that's a beautiful country. I was there last year.
I am indeed. Never been there before, and you've told me some good stories about it. Also looking forward to the teams that are taking part, because as you said, it's not just teams from Croatia that are taking part.
Yeah, so we have a team from Serbia and a team from Slovenia. Ljubljana from Slovenia will contain Jost. Well, he started playing cricket because of the ECN. He took it up, and I'm really excited that he'll make his ECS debut for Ljubljana next week.
Hamza, it's another one that, well, agonisingly dropped short of the fielder. They have a shot at the stumps. I think if this hits, it would have been very, very close, but doesn't make contact, so they will take 2.
Yeah, I think he would have been all right. I think. But there was no one really backing up. But still had the confidence to go for it. I suppose the value of a wicket here exceeds that of the extra run. Because if you can get England 5 down, if you think there's a chance, you probably go for it. Probably not worth giving 4 overthrows away, but 1, yeah, probably a good trade-off. Here's Hamza.
Hits down the ground, but this should be... I say it should be taken. It's been dropped. I can't believe it. You know what? We've seen the 2 best catchers of the championship, Sebastian Braat and now Christian Manuth-Mills, both drop catches today.
Yeah, true. But if you're going to do it, maybe today's the day, not tomorrow. Again, I wonder the height of this. Obviously, got the lights to contend with. They're just taking effect. It'll be really disappointed. Gets 2 hands to it, but can't hold on.
The difference a day makes. Remember that supersonic catch he was involved with yesterday with Danny Doyle Kaye. Amazing. People can't believe. I can't believe it. I've been watching Christian play for so many years, and well, I'll tell you what, I would never have betted against him dropping that.
Yeah, but he's straight back to encouraging. That's the way it goes. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. Again, at this time of night, there's a few things going on. You've got the artificial lights starting to take over.
It's been hit pretty well. Yeah, and it's the man that you drop as well. I mean, Lincoln is not the player that you want to be putting down.
Still, nice to hear. Vamos chico, muy bien, muy bien. Come on, guys, let's go, let's go. Very good. Good encouragement. Right now, Lincoln gets a second chance to Hamza Saleem Dar.
Just waits for this and just drops the bat, and it hasn't he bowled well. This is the other thing that I'm liking about Spain. I mean, they did this in the group stages as well, so they played a fair number of their matches. Hamza Salim Dar was always part of it as a batter, and then right towards the end of the group stages we start to see Hamza bowling, and he was phenomenal, picking up wickets for fun. And they've done the same thing here again. I mean, we know him as a great bowler. We've seen him in Barcelona. He takes wickets for fun. He's got a great Yorker delivery, and now they're using him here towards the end of this week. Well, this one is just over pitch. He goes for the Yorker, gets it wrong. This will go all the way. Boom! Shaka! Lagia! 6 carreras. And that will take him to 49 at the end of 5 overs. So they're looking up to score about, well, definitely want to get to 100, but they want the acceleration in there. Maybe the captain, Dan Lincoln, can give them that, and they can get to that 120 score. That's what they'll be eyeing up.
Yeah, they're exactly right. And just doing a few calculations, if Spain lose this by even a few runs or more, they'll probably drop down to second. Probably doesn't matter too much because I don't think we're expecting any rain. But I still think Spain would have liked to go through and will like to go through as top of the pile. They'll feel they've earned that, but they just have had that loss earlier today, and they don't want to go in with losing form. Hey, just a reminder, it is a good chance to get in touch with us. You can get me at Mr. Maximo, and you get Rico at Rico4. I'm looking for random questions, no matter where you're watching from around the world. Now's your chance to get a little bit interactive with us as we start over number 6, and this one's timed well, but well, this is Cameron who loses the handle, and I'm not quite sure how this happened, but somehow that's gone for 4, and that brings up the 50 for England 11.
Well, look, if you're going to have a little bit of a shocker, and we've already seen Christian Munoz drop a catch, he never does that, and now we've seen a glaring misfield there from Mohamed Cameron. If it's going to happen, or maybe let it happen on a match which doesn't really count for too much, and this could be that match. You don't want to be playing this sort of cricket tomorrow. This has been whipped away. What a lovely shot that is. And I said look out for Lincoln. He's going to quickly jump across outside the off and whip this away. And this is the shot. He's made this his own. He's made this his trademark, and he is so good and so effective at executing it. Another great shot.
Yeah, and when it works, it looks good, I suppose. We've seen him doing this a lot, and it's fairly predictable, but he's almost showing his hand, showing his cards to the bowler, saying, yeah, this is what I'm going to try and do, and I don't really care what you think. I'm going to do it. There's not too much cat and mouse about it. He's got such a good eye, Dan Lincoln. That's why he can do things that other people can't.
Right there. I was wondering when they would make a change to the field. It's been made now. So you got man that goes back on the 45 on the boundary. They've also got an orthodox square leg on the boundary. On the pad, asking the question, and they'll have a go, and I think he may just get back. Yes, Irali thinks it was pretty close.
Yeah, it was close. That's good backing up from Chris Munoz-Mills, because he sees that the throw's coming, so he hustles in off the boundary to prevent the overthrow. And I think once bitten, twice shy as far as running those sneaky runs for England 11.
I think yes, he needs to probably think back in the Spain team is how Ellie Evans bowled to Dan Lincoln when he was doing this, and that's kept that Yorker in, just dart the Yorker in. And he gets to the other end for the moment, so got up. He tries to do the same. This one, I think, doesn't hit anything. He'll come back for 2 and chase hard. He's going to have to struggle here. And he gets the dive in, and we're going to see this again. Does he get the bat down in time? He gets the dive to try and reach and get himself in. He was just a little bit slow there.
Yeah, the answer is maybe, but the thing is, Isam wasn't in an ideal position. He kind of finds himself in front of the stumps, gets an awkward take, and then feels, and I think he actually misses them the first time. I think he should be in here. Yeah. But you see, Isan finds himself in the road, so that's not a very good position to be in. And Gotzel will survive.
They're out of here. Where they're going?
They must know something. They're going to go tell their friends about finals day tomorrow, maybe.
They've been told that they've been ushered away from the VIP area.
They'll be back.
They're gone.
Yeah, so you want your accreditation, do you?
I do, yeah.
All right.
Hey, listen, what a view. This is going to be an amazing sky, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, right on cue. It's going to be amazing.
Reminds me of the Lion King, around that mountain over there.
It's a nice shot. Well, I think Arthur Gotzel has been watching Dan Lincoln and learning from him, because he's saying, well, hey Dan, is this the way you do it? And the captain says, yeah son, that's the way.
Yeah.
Look at that, they're making this their own shot. So once again, I think that field will have to stay with that man on the 45 back of the boundary, because Arthur Godsell, he's saying, hey captain, I'm learning from you.
Yeah, welcome to the new cricket, and the V is sideways for England 11. Here we go. The last ball, the over coming up.
Full and straight. Coming, yes, here, full and straight. Now he follows him. And, well, throw comes in, he's gone. So they do get him. I don't know where Arthur Godsell was running here. There's never a single... We've seen two crazy run-outs here from England. There's never a run here. Are these schoolboy errors that we're seeing from a very experienced England side?
He thinks he's beaten the bowler, but here's the thing. If you have, you don't have to rush. That's the thing for Godsell. And this is actually one time where following the batter works. It just jams down at Godsell. He's quick, but he's not that quick. It's just a case that he thinks that's going over the bowler, let's go, and then he realises he's made a grave mistake. So yet another run out. That was good keeping by Mohammad Ihsan, because it wasn't a great throw. It bounced in front of him, but he still did enough. And that's the 5th wicket to fall after 8 overs. It's 66 for 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good cricket, is it? I mean, we saw the mix-up, and well, at least that time with Harrison Ward, it was a major mix-up when he went run out for 9, and now we've seen a second run out here. Godsell just hits the ball straight at Yasir Ali. I don't think Yasir Ali could believe it. He said, okay, if you want to commit, go for it. I'm going to have you. And he does have him. So another wicket goes down at the end of that over. 66, 5 wickets down at the end of 6.
So we've got a couple of overs to go here. 6 overs down at the moment. Not 8 overs, like I said before. So still 4 overs to go for England. And on that 110 pace. This one won't be wide because of where he moves prior to the release.
They've left that area open again. I mean, they've got to make the decision up. Do you keep a man back there to Dan Lincoln or not?
I think they want to encourage him to do it, knowing that Harms is going to swing the ball out from him and keep it outside the off stump. Says, look, go on, try it. We're not going to give it to you.
Firmly hit. It's got plenty of power in this shot, but good stop again. They want the 2. They're going to run hard, and I think they're going to get there this time.
Well run by Bevan. Now Bevan spotted that straight away. He knew it probably wouldn't be fielded by the first fielder, and it was batted away. It was a really good stop, to be fair, by Burns, who's fielded extremely well, but he hustles back, and because he does, he gets there safely.
Yeah, it's really good fielding. Team fielding as well, because not only is he stopping it, he's piling it on to a man who can get the throw in quickly. Good standards here from Spain at the moment. And this one is not the best of deliveries, and that's been smashed away in Dan Lincoln territory. That will go all the way. Manos arriba, árbitro, porque eso es 6 carreras más. Y el capitán de Inglaterra tiene mucha fuerza, tiene mucha fuerza. Es un hombre que tienes fuerza.
Yeah, they'll take it. Where can they get to here? Currently 114 pace. It's probably defendable, judging by how well England 11 bowled and fielded against Scotland earlier on. But Spain are masters of the chase this week, aren't they?
And well, this is going to be the downfall of the captain. He just tries to guide this away, and that's probably the easiest of catches that Atif Mohammed has had to take. So he does get funky, he likes to play that shot, but it does get him out a number of times as well. And with this time, he's just trying to guide this away, and he wants to go, I think, more over the wicketkeeper, but he doesn't. He goes on the 45, and Atif takes the catch, and Dan Lincoln is going to be, well, a disappointing departure for him. And you have to say, it's another wicket, another English batter that gets himself out. It's more the case of getting yourself out than them getting you out, I think.
Yeah, so you can see Lincoln, again, that shot's his undoing. You need to get the contact just right. That one kind of clunked off a bit high, and simple catch taken. So 74 for 6 with a third of the innings remaining here.
Yeah, congrats to Hamza. Liking his introduction to the bowling today. He's bowled really well. Had a fantastic game against the Netherlands when it looked like he'd put the game beyond the Netherlands after taking 3 wickets. But Netherlands bounced back, and he comes again. Good delivery, just get that little bit of away movement to get the ball past the outside edge of Sam Pearce, the new batter.
Pearce. Very good leg spinner. Also handy with the bat. See him fighting for these late innings runs as England hope to go into finals day with another W to their name.
Good stop. Great bit of cricket. Well done from Hamza. Showing us all his abilities and agility as well as he stops this. It's very well done for the fast bowler. And the end of a very good over. So England 74, 6 wickets down now. And they should still look to get to the 100, but I think they need a few more than that.
Yeah, let's have a look at what's coming up tomorrow. It's the final day here at the Kardama Oval after 5 weeks of exciting cricket. It'll be the 160th match we've had here at Kardama Oval. 120 of those have been ECC matches. Spain and Netherlands, we don't actually know which way they will be around, but we know there'll be the 1 versus 2 match. England 11 will finish 3rd, Scotland 11 have finished 4th, and yeah, so England and Scotland, they'll be at risk tomorrow from the get-go. Both of those teams, if they're going to win the trophy, they need to win 3 straight. The Spanish team, the Netherlands team, they will have to win 2 matches on finals day if they are going to be the champions. Should be a really exciting one. Join us 9:30 a.m. GMT, 11:30 in Central Europe, 3 p.m. in India. Same format that we've had on Fridays throughout this European Cricket Championship, and that will be one of the marquee days of the year right here on ECN.
The Prince comes into the attack. Police demand. Now this is being hit pretty well, and it goes all the way. What a good shot that was. Hit long, strong and hard. 6 runs. Well, they like it. A little bit of a personal joke there amongst the English boys, as that one is one that needs to be chased after. Well, look, they're shooting. There you go. Well, having some fun. But why not indeed? They're after the kookaburras, the English lads. This could be another one that goes. Well, there you go. Aim and fire. You ready, boys? Here's another one going that way. Well, high fives there in the middle. And with those boys there, they're loading and shooting at these kookaburras as they're flying in the air. Nice shot. Good timing. Doesn't try and hit it too hard. He gets enough elevation. Cuts out to the middle. And that one goes up into that beautiful night sky and beyond. This one, he goes for the power more than the timing, and that's the difference it makes. You lose your shape, you miss it. Keep your shape and keep your timing, you get the boundary.
Yeah, good bat speed, but unfortunately didn't contact the ball. And Pearce trying to get England 11 up to one of those kind of ugly totals, 110 to 120, not the way they intended it, but they still might get it on the board. This will be a wide. This time it shouldn't be a run out.
It's a wide, but this one hardly comes up, as we see. I don't know if the Prince does something different with this. It doesn't get hardly any bounce on it, but the correct call from the umpire. Umpire's been very good here too. Rafi Ahmed, Asad Ali are out there at the moment, but they've been doing a top job, along with Martin Hancock and Stefan Gooch and Tyrone Peters, led brilliantly by Sir Rob Kemet. Short, hit hard, adios Bolota, that goes a long way. Shakalagya Ginna Sona. Hi, Ginni Kurtapai. That has gone big. Bizaway Super 6.
Yeah, that'll do. And they want more of that, don't they? So despite losing these 6 wickets, you know, they bat team. And they're a good cricket team. They're good cricketers, England, full stop. And you can say, though some of them took a bit of time to find their feet this time around, they are a real threat to go back to back. Prince Taman, it's gone magical. Sam saying, yeah, it's a pretty good shot.
Sam Williams says, well, you're watching me, I'm watching you. They're asking the question. They think they've got their man here. And, well, eventually, the finger goes up. The batter, Pearce, can't believe it. Assad takes a long time and eventually puts his finger up. Well, Mohammed Ishan thinks he's definitely out, but look, you can't go by that. He thinks a lot of things are definitely out.
Yeah,
but,
well,
the bowler thinks as well. He can't believe it.
Pearce is not happy. He thinks he swung and missed at that. There's half an inquiry from the bowler, but there's about a 1.5 inquiry from Ihsan. He thinks, and then he says, okay, I agree with you. Let's just say that Pearce doesn't think he nicked it, and I'll tell you why, because it's very hard to fake a reaction like this. If he does, he probably deserves an Oscar.
Well,
And,
he can't believe it. He
was-
just cannot believe. I tell you what, I mean, we can't. Obviously, from that replay, we
Yeah.
can't see anything. It's down to the umpire. If he sees something, hears something, he thinks long and hard about it. I don't mind that from an umpire. He processes it all in his head and then decides, you know what? Yeah, it is out. It wasn't the most convincing of appeals, I'd have to say.
Well, it was from one player, but not from some of the others. Pearce, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in his mind right now, but he is the 7th wicket of 4, and it's 94 for 7 after 8. Let's get into the 9th. And it's going to start with the 6, Maximo, as Bevan says, hold on a second, I'm still here and I can crunch cricket balls. That's his bread and butter, and Bevan has had a pretty good season domestically. He's showing a bit of what he can do. I think England, they want to see more of this as we head into the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, cracking shot, hits it hard. And, we are into the 9th. Yurav Singh is in the viewers chat. Well, thank you very much. Another donation from you, Yurav. Appreciate this. And he gives donations every time Rico Ford goes, Shaka Lagya. Well, there you go, UV. You can have that one on me. Que grande, eso es 6 carreras, manos arriba, arbitro. Que guay, que grande, que genial. And well, just like that, well, Pearce disappears, but so does the Kookaburra. And now is the turn of Atif Mohammed to get a little bit of treatment. So both Atif and Prince are not normally used to this sort of treatment. And that's another one that has been smashed out of here. So the 9th over, we often say all happens in the 9th. And well, Mohammed Cameron says, hey, hello. Well, hello to you, Mohammed, to make sure you don't hurt that drawing hand of yours. Atif. This time it's right up there, slightly slower delivery. That's good. That's what he does so well.
So, getting to the 9th. We say it all happens in the 9th. England just plugging along to what I think will be something around the 120 mark, maybe more if Bevan gets going here.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, I mean, it can quite easily be, but a couple of wickets go. Atif Mohammed. And, well, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you think that when they're hitting the ball, you think, this could quite easily be sort of around about 120, maybe more. But you get a couple of dot balls in, and maybe a wicket falls, and everything changes. There's a Chauhan, he hasn't got off the mark yet, and that's, I think, yeah, Bevan's going straight up to him and say, hey, look, come on, bud, look at how many balls to go. We've got 8 deliveries. We want to get to the 120.
I wonder if Bevan's pulled out the words, which we might be using at the VIP section tomorrow, don't you know who I am? Anyway, let's see.
Hit hard, and the key thing is that he will get the single, and Bevan will go and strike. He's got a ball to deal with here, and I think whatever it is, Bevan will probably think, well, yeah, I'd love to get on strike, but I'd rather hit this to the boundary as well. And then hope that Chauhan can get him back on strike again to face 5 of the last balls, the last over. So here we go, big delivery this from Atif Mohammed. I think a slower ball. He does, slow and wide. And hang on a minute, this has been called a no ball.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
So no ball call because height here. So I was going to say he could have left this and got the wide, but he's going to get no ball.
That's high, it's above the waist.
Yeah, both the umpires were spot on that one. Good pick, good call. So hasn't done himself any favours here, Mohammed. So this is one now where Chauhan basically is being given the licence to go the full Monty. I don't think Bevan wants to be running here. And he does swing at it. And
he's off again.
He's asking the question. This is why I said before, look, I weren't trying to be unkind when I said, well, Ishan thinks it out, but I won't go by him because he thinks everything's out. He does. I think he sees and hears things that nobody else does. But it will be a dot, so he bowls the no ball, but gets away with it. 110 on the board. And that is the end of 9 overs. There's 6 balls to come, and I get the feeling that Bevan will want to try and send every one of them to the boundary. That's what he's going to try and do here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Good game on the cards here. Looks like that 120 odds, maybe less if you can get away with a good last over. Maybe remove Bevan early. It will be Prince Demand to bowl over number 10. Thanks for all the random questions. I'm just compiling a bit of a list and we'll go through them in the second innings of this one. Smart sneaks his one under the bat of Bevan first up.
Very good ball. Very, very good ball. Quick, fast. A little bit of Andy Richardson about this delivery. It gets it right on the money. And that money isn't the stumps. That money is just outside the stump full. Gets the dot ball in. So 5 left in the innings. Hit hard, hit high, hit big. Adios pelota. That's 6 runs. And Harrison Ward liking that as well. That goes a long way. What a big hit that is. And it's, well, I'll tell you what, we can see these balls this side when we're looking onto the ground. But I tell you what, once it gets out of floodlight zone, nobody knows where these are going. Harrison Ward, he's putting his hands up in the air. Put them up like you just don't care. Well, Wardy. They liked that one, didn't they? Well, look, they're up and about. Big hit. So Prince, I think you know what Bevan's going to do. He's going to start going outside the off. Look, he waits for it. This it goes a long way up in the air, and this will go all the way as well. Balle, kinna sona, shaka, Bevan, he's going big. He's having some fun, and well, I'm sure we'll find out what's going on over there. The boys have obviously got something going on.
I think
they're up and about.
Every time I go over there, every hour, I feel like I've stayed the same, but they've aged terribly. More about that in a second. Bevan, 27 off 8. This is the boom boom Bevan that we know. And just feel if he can get going as well, that's England going to get some good success.
Crunch.
He's going to do it again.
This is massive. And yeah, they're waving goodbye to that one. That one is going a long way as well. Yeah, adios pelota. Esa pelota no va. Esa pelota va por a Marbella. That is going a long way. And this one is a one-hand smash.
Yeah.
What a hit. And oh no. Oh no.
It's hit Indy.
Not Indy. Well, that's not that one. It must have been the one before. Oh, Indy. And that is all Corey's fault.
Magic
Corey
spray Mary
is the one to blame for that. Corey has been egging him on to take a catch.
Oh dear. Bevan says no. I agree with this, the way that he's going. How about Indy? I told Indy not to try and take catches.
I told
especially because now they're dark. They're trying to catch in the dark now.
We should give them all helmets with a little minus lamp on them.
Big hello to him, Preet Singh, as well. Thanks for your contribution. Here's the last ball.
Hit hard. The chance is it just drops in front of the fielder. They take one. They're going to take them on, and it should be out. It will be out, but it was the last ball, so they'll get one from it, not the 2 to take it to a 130 score, get to 129, but that will mean that Spain will need 130 for victory here. A little bit of carnage there towards the end, plenty of runs coming off the last few overs from the Prince and from Atif. So good solid finish there, but particularly from Bevan. What an innings that was from him. And so he scores 34 runs off the 11 balls that he faced. An excellent knock, and well batted, says Cammy. Yeah, it was a good knock. I don't know what Cammy's got in there, but hopefully it keeps him calm and keeps his nerves settled. Well, they were going out while it was still
hang on
a minute. A bit of cerveza sin alcohol there from our production crew as the ball was well, it was a good start, wasn't it? Cammy got a wicket. Burns, well, he was in good form. He was taking the catches and making the stops. And early on, it was a good start from the Spanish. There he is again in the action. So good catching from him. But you just knew that sooner or later, the England boys were going to burst loose and start hitting a few boundaries. And, well, this was a pretty good shot. That was 4 runs. And they were starting to wake up and starting to put partnership together. Richton was good once more.
I still can't believe that I didn't get one of those sin alcohol beers, but this is a moment of chaos. A bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly, but this is just plain ugly for Ward, who goes again, and can't get home. He is run out by Atif Mohammed. Off for wide, and yeah, that's what the helmet's for when you're trying to bash yourself in the head to knock some sense into yourself. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see more of Wardy tomorrow. Yeah, but Burns, he had leather poisoning early. He had 3 catches.
Yeah, 3 very good catches as well. Well, they weren't too happy at that moment of time, but look, they did have something to be chirpy about, but there were some unbelievable drop catches first. First, there was that one from Christian Munoz, and then Cammy made an absolute blunder, and that's why I'm wondering what he's got in his flask. But the Birds thought, we're getting out of here because it's getting dark, and And when it gets dark, we can't see these balls coming. And that's absolutely right. Well, this was good work, and he was run out by a long way.
Yeah, Godsall just
sure
thought
what was
that
happening there.
He thought that went past the bowler, but it didn't. And then Lincoln, well, he tried to funkify his innings again, and well, just found a way to hit the ball straight to Steve Marmot. Somebody was hiding his bat, it looked like, but he wouldn't need it, but not for a little while. You saw some smiles came back, and well, there you see, it's a bit like clay target shooting at the moment.
That's why the Birds were out of here. They thought, we're not sticking around, not with these guys firing at us. And then, well, they were right, because not only were they firing, you saw there that Pearce was firing as well. And then, well, everybody was in danger, including the ball boys, because Indy took one. It could have been this one.
Well, let's have a look. Well, it wasn't that one. And Cameron, hello to you. Yeah, even Pearce getting on the shotgun action there. The fact that England's starting to enjoy themselves, I think that's good. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was the one that got Indy. Oh, no. Well, that's why we had that look. Oh, no, Indy.
Proper Falcon.
No, there he is. Oh, we got to see Indy later.
Really?
Corey, he's the nicest of guys. That is all Corey Rucker's fault. I tell you, Corey.
Wow.
You naughty man, Corey. naughty man. Well, Vinny's had to pick yourself up. Come on, we're professionals here. Hey, let's have a look at his scorecard. Right. I mean, look, it didn't start well with House of Ward. I mean, he got himself out. Then Clayton, he didn't do too much better. Keats, he also. Andy Richardson got going before he was caught brilliantly by Lorne Burns. Then Dan Lincoln looks dangerous, but always finds a way to get out. And Arthur Godsall, we'll talk about finding a way to get out. He ran himself out as well, but they needed something special, didn't they? And it was Bevan that produced it. What a fine performance from him. 34 off 11, getting run out off the very last ball. And Sam Pearce, well, he produced a good performance as well while he was out there, not just blasting the ball, but doing a bit of shooting as well. The bowling figures, well, there was expense there for Demand. He was the most expensive, but even young Atif Mahmood was a little bit expensive as well. There's Mohammed Cameron gave him a decent start. Hamza Salim Dar, though, I mean, he just seems to be on fire at the moment, and good bowling there from Yasir Ali. England, where they do recover, it was a score of 49 off the first 5 overs, but they got the acceleration in to get them to 129. It's a good score, and normally we find that it's a little bit harder to get going in the night time, so that's a good score. 130 required for Spain in this one, Vinny.
Well, let's just say Indy won't be batting in the second half of this game. He's going to stay put in the medical tent. Good to see him up and about, though. I want to know who got to him first and what he had to say for himself. Anyway, when we return, Spain, they'll need 130. And if they don't get, say 126 or something like that, I don't think they'll keep top place. Regardless, they'll get the double chance. Anyway, join us in just a few minutes for the exciting finish of match 20 right here from Cartama Oval. Vinny Sander here, Mr. Maximo with Rico Fall. Back shortly with more Dream 11 European Cricket Championship.
Hello and welcome back. Good evening and welcome to the Cardamom Oval in the night time. All the daylight has gone and is now, well, cricket by night as the floodlights are on. Yasir Ali making his way out there along with Daniel Dolkaya. Those will be the Spanish openers, and they'll be taking on the English attack. England have had a bat and they haven't done badly at all, have they? They put 129 on the board. It's a good response really from them. It all happened in the second part of the innings. The first 5 overs brought about 49 runs, and the second part we saw, well, quite a massive 80 put on. So 80 of the last 5, 49 of the first, so that's how you get to that 129. They've got it all to do here. Spain, we saw that earlier, they left the door open for the Netherlands there. Netherlands 38 for 5, and then the Netherlands did come back and win the match, chasing 127, got there with 3 balls to go, but that was their first defeat. And they won't want to make it 2 in the spin after winning 6 on the spot, and that'll mean that they go the day without a victory. So looking to bounce back from that one. It's Russell to start. He's hit straight down the ground and it will be 4 runs. A lovely shot, nice shot to play in the power plays, especially when you got mid on and mid off inside that 30-yard circle. So yes, here, nice shot, just nicely timed, hits it nice and straight, and good start for Spain. And here we go, that's the cuatro carreras, the goal 4. Mungo Russell finds the first ball go for the boundary, and this one is a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker. Funny, isn't it, how no matter what level you play, you always find that the first ball from a bowler doesn't seem to be the 100% effort ball, does it? And then once it gets hit to the boundary, they come back quicker, stronger and faster, and that's exactly what Mungo Russell does there. So gets the dot in. Just having a look at this field. So the man on the 45, backward point on the boundary and square leg on the 45, and he's there, I think, just for that particular ball banged in. One thing that we've seen that the likes of England do, Netherlands we've seen do it as well, and Scotland, they're not afraid to bang in the short delivery, the quick short delivery right at the banner, and it ends up being quite productive. See the number of wickets fall with the shorter delivery. Arthur Godsall certainly has been quite productive with it. We'll probably see him use it as well. A very good evening to everybody that is watching. I say good evening. See this one from Mungo Russell. Short, hits it high up in the air, and that's what that man's back there for. Is he going to fall for the trap? Yes, he is. Hook, line and sinker. Daniel Dolkaya, well, he's going to go without scoring, and it's not often that I say that. So one of the top batters in this championship is going to fall, and well, he falls for the trap, doesn't he? He goes for the pull shot. They set the right field to him, and Daniel Dolkaya, 484 runs in the championship. He's not going to bring the 500 today. He'll go for, well, he'll go for 0. Can't believe that. There's silence really around the ground because he goes off his first ball. The golden duck. Well, he's going to be a night duck going into the lake. But listen, the positive on this is this. Well, if you're going to have a bad and if you're going to have a shock, it is a little bit like Christian Munoz dropping that catch. If it's going to happen, and Mohamed Cameron in midfield, and let it happen in this one where it doesn't really matter, because tomorrow it will matter. And well, we know that he's too good a player not to come back from that. But England, they get the prize wicket in this one. Daniel Dolkaya, he goes for 0. It's a golden duck for him. He goes first ball, and it's Russell that gets the wicket. And we are just talking about that field where those men were, and I thought he's there for that short ball, and right on cue, boom, they get their man. There's a nice catch taken there by Bevan. Bevan is so good, isn't he? He's been a class act.
Very nice, Mumby.
Straight through.
How is that? How is that?
Ashad Butt comes in at number 3. That's Jad. Last time we saw him, he did manage to get going. He played some nice, handsome shots. But, looking to do that again here. But England attack seem to be fired up. Russell. Short swing and miss outside the off from Ashjad. That's going to be the end of the over. It's the first over gone. Only 5 from it, but the big news is that it is the wicket of Daniel Dolkaya. He goes without scoring, goes first ball. And that's why Yasser Ali is joined out there by Ashjad Butt, who's missed out on the first 2 deliveries that he had. 67 matches now without a golden ball. And the last time that we had one was, well, exactly 2 weeks ago today in this match. Could it happen? Could it happen again? Of course it could. It would be quite spectacular. And Rishton, he's been very good all the way through this week for England. Into the attack. And, nice shot played there. Yasser, I guess, knows where Rishton is going to be bowling, and he's very quick to get into position. This one gets played down. I'll take the single. Ashjad Butt plays and misses. Just needs to find his touch here as Ashjad. That's 3 dots now from him. And well, somebody's shouting, "You can't see it." And don't know who that is. Don't know if it's coming from somebody in the fan zone or somebody out there in the middle. Joining up the dots. Oh, he's going to have to rush. A good throw here will have him in trouble. And, well, I think he misses this. He doesn't have the ball. Well, what happens here? Let's have a look. Well, he's not happy. He has a little laugh about it, and then he gives the keeper, the captain, Dan Lincoln, applause. Dan's very quick, isn't he? Look, he gets up. Ashjad doesn't. He's looking at the ball. Here's the throw. What happens here? Well, he misses them. Well, it's not that he doesn't have the ball. He misses the stumps. Well, somebody's shouting to Ashjad, "Well, you can't see the ball." Well, I'll tell you what. Andy Rishton couldn't see the stumps. Slower delivery, hit hard, and that's why Yasser wants to get on strike. I think this one will go all the way. I'm sure this is 6. And this is an outstanding shot. Not the best of deliveries, a slower ball. It's outside the off, and he absolutely clobbers this. And I'm pretty sure this goes all the way. We'll have to check this again. See, have a look. Keep an eye on that. It's Kookaburra, and, well, yeah, I'm sure that's 6 runs. That's going to be 6 runs. Bulle is the result of that one. Nicely timed, nicely hit, goes all the way. Shaka Lagya. You can see why he wanted to scramble to the other end, but Ashjad Butt, he's the lucky man because he should have been out. And it's only Rishton who wasn't able to. Well, with the ball in hand, he just missed the stumps. This is the cutter. Let's see, cuts into Yasser. Yasser will remember that one. He's himself a very good cutter of the ball. So seeing a little battle develop between him and Rishton. Yasser, he likes to chew that gum, doesn't he? He's always chewing when he's bowling, chewing when he's batting. Rishton now to Butt, who's having a few difficulties. And yeah, Rishton seeing that movement, and he's saying, okay, what happens? Can you tell me what? Well, this is the question. He's saying, right, okay, if he's moving that much, well, this is the ball, where can I bowl it? That's a good question. It's a debate that myself and Vinny were having earlier. Yeah, I don't mind that for Rishton. He'd say, look, if he's moving that much, look, have a look where he goes here. Look where he stands. And Rishton stops. He's completely entitled to. This has been played away, so Ashjad, but he does work this one away. Gets a scoring shot in, 5th time trying. It's a boundary, 4 runs. Does the same thing, doesn't he? Moves, but this time you see Rishton tried to squeeze that one in. But it's been well watched and well played by Ashjad. That was important for him to get bat onto ball there. Score moves on to 18 for 1. And have a look at the standings here, right on cue, as Mr. Maximo comes into the dream box.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be back. And just looking at that, okay, Spain is ahead, but not by much, by plus 0.26 over Netherlands. What that means, I think that they've got to get to 126 to keep top spot. That's what I've calculated, but stay tuned to see what happens. Of course, regardless, they'll be in the 1 versus 2 game tomorrow. Here's Mungo Russell in over number 3.
It's called wide. Another tight call. And the umpires have been, well, they've been very fair, very strict on this. And I think that's a good call. I think that ball, by the time it does go past the batter, it is touching that line. That's all it needs to do, is touch it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's a slight difference, but it's a significant difference. So what I was saying earlier, if we gave the line to the bowler, that wouldn't have been a wide. Just saying.
Don't want that debate.
All right. I'm not going to bring it up again.
Listen, this has been launched. It's gone up in the air, but it's going to go all the way. Yes, it does. Well, Bevan is in that zone. We've seen that's the way that Daniel Golkaya felt. But Ashjan, well, gives the thumbs up to Yasir, who thumps this. Look, one hand comes off the bat once more, so he doesn't get the full might in the shot. But the catcher is there, Bevan, but this goes over him. 6 runs, so good hit. Hey, listen, tell me, what's the latest on Indy?
Couldn't find him, but he's fine. I have some extra news. Here's Mungo.
Hit hard. It will bounce a couple of times. It goes to the fielder. So Yasir leading the charge at the moment, and now we'll give the strike here to Ashjad. Come on.
So he did get hit by the ball, but he says he's fine. He got some medical attention. But how's this? Before they could get him for medical attention, he went and chased the ball. It bounced 30 metres off his skull and went behind him, and he went and got it and threw it back. And then like, hey, Indy, might want to come over here. Indy actually commentated a couple of overs for us.
He did.
A couple of weeks ago as well. Anyway, it's good that he's okay, but they're keeping an eye on him and make sure he's all right.
That ball hit him full. I mean, have a look at this. He didn't just get hit. It's not like it's hit him full on the head. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Look. I mean, that is hard. I mean, and
Harrison
we know.
loved it.
If it goes,
hold on.
If it goes, there he is. Look, if it goes up a long way, can you imagine the speed he's coming down it? So it hits him, he chases it, throws it back in, and then they have to drag him to the medical tent. This is up in the air, should be out, should be a straightforward catch, and it is a straightforward catch. So Ashjad Butt, he was lucky to be there, but now he's going to have to go. Ben Clayton takes the catch, and Ashjad, who should have been gone, should have been easily taken, run out by Rishton. Well, he doesn't last that much longer. In fact, he does add 4 runs to the board with the 1 scoring shot he played, but he will be out of his 7th delivery, and it's a wicket to Mungo Russell, who I must say he looks a lot quicker and better here today.
He's getting into his rhythm, isn't he? He's not looking great in this chase at the moment for Spain. These two met in the first group match. They meet in the last group match here in Championship Week, and fortunately for us, Judd, his day is a relatively brief one. He goes for 4 and he departs at 26 for 2.
Yeah, nicely done, nicely bowled. Just that 1 scoring shot from Rishton. But, well, this is a man that can make things happen. They're going with Hamza coming now, and what a revolution he has been for the Spanish side. And we've seen him do what he does best with the bat when he smashes the ball all the way. Well, Harrison Ward knows all about him and has given all sorts of advice to the bowler. He's probably saying, look, one thing you don't want to do is put it in his slot, get it outside the off stump to him. Okay, that's probably good advice. Salim Dar has been in great form, and it's good to see him actually with the ball as well. He is a very talented all-rounder. And the field just being changed. He's probably saying, right, okay, how many men do I need out there on the leg side to him? They're sticking with just 1, and now there'll be 2. So they will push and play them back. And how many men are outside now? Let's make sure they haven't put too many out. Here we go. And, well, no ball called. And this has to be for a foot fault. And Mungo Russell saying, are you sure? And Ruffy saying, yeah, I'm positive. Let's have a look.
Well, got to give the umpire the benefit of the doubt there. I mean, it does seem like he's over the line. And this one, yeah, I mean, you can see the whole line there. It's probably a good call from Ruffy. Free hit coming up then. Here's man, you don't need to give a free hit for him to be aggressive. Hamza Salim Dar.
Yeah, I mean, he's naturally aggressive anyway, so no point saying to him, it's a free hit it. He said, well, I'll try anyway. And he does try, he doesn't get there, and this is what I'm talking about. He certainly looks like he's picked up a few revs since the last time. Just asked you a question saying, how's that one? And yeah, I like that. I mean, when I was bowling, I used to do that a lot. Just ask a simple question, say, hey, umps, how's my foot? Am I okay? And the umpire will say, yeah, you're fine. And then you think, okay, I'll just stick to that mark. Yeah, he's definitely quicker.
Yeah, dangerous customer. 2 for 14. Here's his last ball.
Oh, that's an absolute seed. What a ball this is. This is an absolute Jaffa. Well, there is a Jaffa in the side, isn't there? And I'm not talking about Jaffa Chauhan, I'm talking about this ball. This is a beaut.
It definitely deviates sideways and completely does the batter. And it takes us to the end of the over. So nice to see Mungo bowling with a bit of fire under the lights, and gets away with the front foot no ball as well. 27 for 2 after 3 overs. Mungo's overs go for 5 and 9 in the power play. So the rate required has already jumped up to 14.7. They're going to have to do something pretty remarkable to turn it around from here, I think. But still, this Spain team has done some pretty remarkable things during this week.
Yeah, a few looks of concern at the moment. I tell you who bowled really well is this man in the last match for England, Ben Clayton. Hasn't been able to step up to the mark with the bat, but with the ball he was very good. Starts with the good and gets a good bounce, doesn't he, Clayton?
It does. And having Lincoln up to the stumps just adds a sense of claustrophobia, I think, to the batters, who won't feel as comfortable leaving their crease in case they're stumped, and kind of reduces their options, I suppose. I wouldn't mind seeing a few more ramps attempted with the keeper up to the stumps just to try and put him back. So I think that's one thing you see at a higher level of cricket now. You don't see the keeper up to the stumps as much, and one of the reasons is that players are so good at deflecting and ramping now, and it makes it really tough for the keeper in that position.
Interesting field set this to Hamza Salim, because this is a swing and a miss. They've moved the man out on the backward point on the boundary. You've got extra cover on the boundary, but on the leg side only the mid wicket and long on back, so they literally have left the 45 and square leg vacant.
I'll give my thoughts on that in a second.
And well, this one is gone. Well, I tell you what, this is the biggest hit that we've seen over there. This has cleared the trees by a mile. What a hit this is. This one has gone up to orbit. Well, that's another kookaburra that is going to be circling our planet for years to come. What a hit.
What I was going to say before that ball, here's my theory. It doesn't matter where you put the fielders on the leg side, because if he hits it well, it's going to go miles over them. So they've tried something a bit different.
Now he goes straight, and it's another one that clears the boundary ropes, and Hamza Salim Dar doing what he does best, and that's making kookaburras disappear. And Indy, if you're out there, leave these alone, please. Leave them alone.
Having just gone around the ground a few minutes ago, it is almost impossible to see the ball after it leaves the field of play.
Too right.
As Indy knows now.
He goes again, and this is another one. It's 3 in 3. The hitting power of this man is sensational. And yeah, you might as well give him a golden 6. What a hitter.
Wow.
What a player.
You might as well turn the 6 upside down, because some of these are 9s. They are huge hits, and he goes 6, 6, 6. And just like that, he turns this game on its head.
Yeah, now the fielder does go back on the leg side. So the man who was on the 45-point boundary comes out. Yeah, you don't need one out there to him. He ain't going to hit it there. You know he's but you're absolutely right. The thing is, he's hitting them so well. You've got to keep the ball in the field of play to take him. It's another one. It's going to be 4 and 4. Karina, watch out. This is coming your way. But I don't know who's up in the tower. We'll take evasive action. Give us a thumbs up if you're okay. Well, that is 6 more. That's 4 6s on the spin. Hamza Salim Dar, what a player. This is mammoth. What a hit. Boom. Shaka Lagya. Hey, are you right up there? Well, there it is.
Oh, well.
I knew it was up there somewhere. Well, Karina. Well, I tell you what, I'm glad you're drinking sin alcohols. At least you can see him coming your way.
Oh, that's incredible hitting. 4 in a row. And wasn't the best throwback, I'd say, from Karina. And mate, got to go and get it. Anyway, 52 for 2. The 50 comes up with that last blow. And just like that, Hamza Salim Dar gone bang, 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 bang. Turns this game on its head. He had 4 dots to start his innings, and then 4 6s.
Wow. I mean, that is just crazy. And the thing is, he almost does it time and time again. I know in the earlier match against the Netherlands, he didn't quite click, but look, you're allowed to have an off night now and again. The hitting is unbelievable. Do you believe this man's hitting? It's sensational.
Can he keep this up, though? I mean, his freakish ability to do this.
Crazy stuff. Sam Pearce is going to, well, it's a brave move, isn't it, to try to keep the spin on.
I think you got it. I mean, Clayton's not a spinner, he's medium pacer, so I think you'd do something different. So Pearce with his leg spin coming on. And if anything, I think Hamza has been more susceptible against spin versus pace. We've seen him occasionally. We're still getting stumped, actually, going after something he probably shouldn't have earlier in the week. So I think it's a good move. Yasser Ali's still there, quietly going about his business.
Gone. I think he's going to be gone here. He's not even going to wait around there. They're asking the question. I think the umpires will do this because obviously in this night match it's not as clear to see and they want to be safe. But Yasser knows he's gone. He's already marching off. And Dan Lincoln is not going to miss anything like this. And you just talked about the spin coming into play, the stump into. Well, Yasser goes for it. And yeah, he's gone. Look, the bat is still in the air. Great work from Dan Lincoln, the captain of England.
Yeah, he almost gets back, Yasser, because he swings so hard. The bat's already on the way back down, but he just goes after that. And I think Pearce is really good at sensing that and not really bowling a quick one, but bowling a little bit shorter so that the batter can't get to the pitch of it. He does that very well on that occasion to Yasser Ali, who charges. He leaves home base and never comes back. And only go to the dugout. He goes for 21. The score 52 for 3.
Yeah, the thing about this is for me, I mean, I know you're going to say, yeah, Rico, you've been a little bit critical. He just got Hamza, who just blasted 4 sixes on the spin. You don't have to play that sort of shot. You don't have to. You're not under that sort of scoreboard pressure. So I'm a little bit disappointed in him getting out like that.
I had a question what the maximometer is at the moment this week. Well, we've had a lot of them. I have, before this innings, 401. And that's before this innings. And we've already seen a few here, right?
Yeah.
So 407 now, including 4 very quick ones off the bat of Hamza Saleem Dar. Here's Mohamed Isan to come out.
Well, he wants to go for the big one, and he will get it. And remember him when he came out the other day. Well, we know that Hamza Saleem Dar can hit it big. Well, he can. Where's this one gone?
Well, the officials' tent now.
I think somebody was looking to take that home. Well, Robbo, get a helmet on, mate. Well, go on, look at that arm, Robbo.
There we go.
I tell you what. Put a helmet on. We might as well give helmets out now to all of the ball attendants and the crew there, because well, these kookaburras are flying about. We want to know what the 6 count is. Well, there he goes. Nice little throw there. Listen, he's mastered that technique. That's a kookaburra toss. He does the coin toss. This one is up in the air, and it's going to be another manos arriba, 6 carreras más. Shaka time here at the Cardamom Oval. Well, it is raining 6s, but you might have seen the back of Yasser Ali. Well, he disappears. Well, Mohamed Isan comes out and he says, you know what? I'm going to smash him for 6 as well.
Something about Mohamed Isan under lights. He's just so good. So good with that length as well. Good adjustment, but guess what? I think we've got more runs on the cards, and that's going to crash. I don't think that the fielder there, as the Mort saw a lot of that. Wouldn't have mattered. That was struck well. 4 carreras más.
Well, this is just awesome. It really is. I mean, Mohamed Isan saying to Hamza, well, whatever you can do, I can do better. And just look at the rate this score is going up. Pearce.
Spooked him.
Yeah. Does. And just wants to finish with a good ball here. 16 come off the over so far. And misses out on that one.
Yeah, he was concerned, and luckily his back pad blocked it. So another productive over. 1 for 16 for Pearce. And he can't get the wicket. It's very, very expressive face, Sam Pearce, but he did get the one. He got the one of Yasser Ali as we get to the end of the 5th over. And the score at the end of it is 68 for 3. Well, once again, I want to welcome you into the Dream Box. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network, here with Rico Fall. What entertainment. We've had a lot of people saying, you know, this is a great tournament to watch. Of course, the T20 World Cup's around the corner, down under, but this certainly it's at a furious pace, and it's great to get that feedback. But people also saying this tournament is something special in its own right.
Oh, it is. Of course it is. The Euros of cricket. I mean, it's we did it for the first time, the inaugural tournament last year, and it just got better, more teams involved. And I think think the good thing for us is that we've seen a lot of teams come back and how much they've picked up and learned from it and how much they've improved. And it just goes to show that cricket in Europe at the moment is certainly on the way up, and we're seeing some really, really good players.
No doubt about it. Well, we could have a game on our hands here. All about 6 hitting. The Maximos have been flying out of the ground in the last couple of overs. And now Jarvis is going to bowl over number 6.
Now this is a really brave move for me to go with another spin, you know. And well, he's going to start with a no ball, and that is a disastrous start. That has been smashed out of here. Well, it was a Gandhi ball, and you don't bowl Gandhi balls to Salim because he will smash them. Well, that is gone a long way. Adios, Bolota. That one is not coming back. Well, we know that when England were batting, they were waving goodbye to a few deliveries. Well, they might as well keep waving goodbye to these, because at the moment, well, I'd love to see what the last count of the number of sixes have been. I mean, I think if we have a look at the last 12 deliveries, how many of those have been sixes?
I can tell you that we've had a lot. With 7 sixes in the last 11 balls, I think.
We'll make this another, because this one ain't coming back. That is huge, and that sounded like a rocket. It went like a bullet. You might as well tell them to stay up there. Don't bother coming down, boys. Take a chair, find a spot, sit there, just watch out for the Scorpions.
They're still looking for the other balls. That's what I'm thinking about here. Look at out here. They're all in the jungle, and it's raining kookaburras at the moment. And the Golden Six getting a real workout. Corey pretending not to be impressed. Let me tell you a spoiler, he is.
Of course he is. He's loving every moment of this response. This one.
It's wide though.
Yeah, that's the correct call. I mean, he's disappointed. Is Jaffa Chauhan, because he wants the dot.
It takes 2 stumps outside, but it's almost 2 stumps also outside the wide line. Remember, the line belongs to the batter. So bowlers just have to understand this. If there's doubt, they're not going to get the call. It'll go to the batter.
Yeah.
Good wronging though. Good option, I think, from John. Cameron thinks it's hilarious. Yeah, this is the thing. This is why I don't like it, because almost all arguments come from offside wides. And I don't know what he's speaking to this Wheeler Gun Pro about. I mean, maybe the height no ball, but that was a clear one.
Laid away, Dan gets down, and they'll take the single.
This game has changed so fast. Yeah, so there's that period there where we had 12 deliveries and we had 8 sixes and a 4, something like that.
Yeah,
that's
well,
crazy hitting,
4
isn't
and
it?
5 went for 41, and this one is on course for being, well, maybe another magical one, surely.
His son wants the same shot, doesn't he? But this time he just gets the bottom of the bat on it. He'll get a single though.
Yeah, a couple of singles here, but I mean, yeah, just have a look at that rate. I mean, they've brought it down considerably. It's just, I say just, I mean, bear in mind what they're scoring at the moment. So when I say it's 10 and over, they're probably thinking, that's nothing. We're hitting at 20 at the moment. And yeah, can he get there? And yes, he does. The catch gets taken, so it's Rishton that takes the catch and removes the hard-hitting Hamza Salim Dar. He'll go, but look, what another fine contribution it's been from him. He'll go for 37 of the 12 deliveries that he faces, and well, I make it that he scored now 195 runs in this championship. He's a little bit disappointed to get out, but the thing is, I mean, that's where you have to bowl to him. You've got to try and find a way to make him not hit on the leg side. And you see, that one again would have been a wide ball. If he leaves this, it's a wide. So, but it's maybe something that Hamza just needs to learn. That's where the good teams will target him. They know about his hitting ability straight over cow corner, over long on, and over square leg. So they're going to deliberately put the ball wide to him, and he's got to learn to sort of say, right, okay, I know what your plan is. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to take the wide. But well, he's an aggressive player. He's raw talent, and he's a pleasure to watch. What an innings that was from him.
Yeah, incredible hitting. Yeah, the offside line does him in the end. And showing, look, credit to him. He comes up with the goods. I liked that he started bowling a few wrong-uns. He's trying to change it up. And here's another guy who comes out and seems to always come out and pound sixes straight away. Christian Munoz-Mills.
He's going to take a single, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, I've watched Christian played cricket for a long time, and he's always been a good cricketer. He always has, there's no doubt about it. But the way he's batted in this championship, I think is in the form of his life. He's never hit the ball so well, and some of the shots that he's playing at the moment, well, he's worked hard. He's been in the nets, he's worked, he's practiced, and you can see he really has changed his game. Hit hard, and it's up in the air, and it goes all the way as well. Well, put your hands up in the air. I tell you what, the umpires have had a workout, haven't they? They're putting their hands up in the air often, and it's up, arriba, too short, and gets absolutely thumped. It's another one from Mohammad Ishan.
You can't give Ihsan any length at all. I don't mean any. He's just so good at rocking back in the back foot and just horning it away leg side. It's the end of the over, 91 for 4. This game has changed so quickly. So 39 required off the last 24 balls, and still could go either way. Spain, I mean, they'll have a lot of confidence from this kind of a chase regardless of the result.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen overs now of 25, 16 and 23? Is that right?
It's gone since that crazy assault started. 25, 16, 23, exactly. Is that one of Cameron's creations, you think? Hey, I was going to say, though, Christian Munoz-Mills had a bit of a reputation when he started playing T20 cricket. It's not his game. It's not really his thing. Wow, tell me another one. Because he's shown, because he's technically a good player.
Yeah.
It's just taken a little bit of adjustment to maybe extend some of those strokes, but they're still cricket shots he's playing.
Yeah. And
he's had a lot of success. Rishton, I think it's the first warning for the umpire. Please don't call me on any of these ones. And it's going to be a very interesting battle because Mills has kind of slightly favoured the leg side, I suppose, or straight. Rishton wants to go full and wide, I think.
And, well, throws himself forward at this, but, he's going to go to the boundary. And he heard one or two shout, catch. And I just think that's probably not the right call here. I think you've got to be thinking about saving the boundary. He goes for the catch, gets it all wrong. And then, he's trying to, once he's committed to the catch, he knows he's not going to get there. He tries to get something in the way to stop the boundary. He's not going to, 4 runs.
Yeah, there we go. Chloe up out of her seat again. Good shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
That's a technically very correct drive. Hit hard, hit along the ground that time.
Ishan now, just got to think about this a little bit. I mean, that rate is below 10. Doesn't want to be swinging blind. If he gets the ball and he knows he can put away, then fine. But you can know Rishton is going to target you outside the off. Makes room. Does well. Just gets into line, takes a single. That's good. That's what you got to do. And if that's even if you're getting a runner ball here now, wait for the bad ball, wait for the one to put away.
Just having a bit of fun with net run rate calculations right now. Spain's net run rate is 0.2 ahead of the Netherlands. Of course, if they win the game, they'll definitely be top of the table.
Well, got him. It's that slower Yorker again. Yeah, he's liking it. Boom, he says. Yeah, that is that boogie, oogie, woogie, kookaburra fly ball. And Rishton gets the wicket off the Spanish captain, Christian Mills. That one just a little bit too clever, a little bit too spicy for him. He tries to chop down and block it, but he can't. Clever bowling, good areas. And the thing is, though, Rishton, once he completes this over, that's him done. So he's not going to be able to come back. Gets a little bit on this, does the skipper of Spain, but sees the ball cannon onto his stumps.
Now this is a perfect Yorker length. This is what I realised. Look where this ball bounces, right between his feet, and that's why that's the Yorker. Typically we say, okay, a ball that bounced on the crease, but obviously the batters move around. So if you can land the ball directly between the batter's feet, it's going to be a tough one to hit. Munoz-Mills, he does get 6 to his name in 1 boundary, but he has to go as the 5th wicket, 97 for 5.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, look, he goes, but look who comes in. It's not a bad exchange, is it? The captain goes. Of course, he doesn't want to get out, but here you go, Norman Burns who comes out. And I think for this sort of target, 10 and over required, he's the ideal batter to come in.
Yeah, you still think so? Anyway, it's the end of the 7th over. No, he is. But funny shot, play first ball. Anyway, it's the end of the 7th over. The score is 97 for 5. I suppose anticipating a full wide one from Rishton, so trying to get ahead. And if he gets bat on that, yeah, maybe he does get a boundary. Just didn't look pretty when you miss it. So, well, strap yourself in. You know why, Rico? Thursday night is Golden Ball night here on the ECN. Remember 2 weeks ago it was France and Belgium. It also means we're probably going to get some sort of thunderstorm. It's been 67 matches without a Golden Ball. And, well, I wonder if this will be the second Golden Ball of the series.
Who's coming into bowl here now? I mean, are you surprised that we haven't seen Godsaw bowl yet?
Maybe it's strategic. Maybe they just want to rest him. He'll be a key bowler tomorrow. Going with spin though.
Alex Russell, yeah.
Big finish Thursday night cricket live from Spain. England 11 versus the host nation. Alex Russell has had a good summer as well. Very good cricketer. This is the difference with Isan, a ball that is shorter that he can really rock back and hit. He seems to be so good at that versus having to come forward. I think he just loses his shape slightly. This is what we'll see tomorrow. We're still going to see which one of Spain or Netherlands finishes first and which one finishes second, but they will play each other in the first match of the day. England and Scotland going at each other in the eliminator. Only one will survive till later in the day.
And this is well played. This will be 4 runs. Cuatro carreras. He gets into position nicely. And though this does bounce up on him, he keeps his shape pretty well and plays it away. Nice shot. He waits on it, gets himself into position. And it's just going to be 1 bounce as it goes over for 4 runs. Goes into the VIP section. Hang on a minute, that ball can't go in there.
Yeah, needs accreditation.
Yeah, isn't going to pass.
Anyway, it'll be thrown back. That's that's what you'll get. Okay, 100's up now. Hey, the other thing here, look, time. They've got to bowl 1.5 overs in about just under 6 minutes.
Gone. No, says the umpire. Umpire saying no. Well, my initial reaction was I thought there's something on this. But Dan Lincoln.
It's a messy one for the umpire. It's a messy one.
Well, let's have a look at this. I mean, I'm pretty sure I hear something on this. Was there a little inside?
It hits the body. It definitely hits the body. Does it hit anything else?
I thought it was bat body.
I mean, it definitely hits the thigh pad. Whether it goes up and hits the gloves or not, I can't really tell. It was a really interesting one. One thing I would say, it was definitely leg, and then I couldn't really tell what happens next.
I thought my initial reaction was that he actually plays it inside edge onto his body and he flips up. But he straight away shaking his head.
We don't hear, so no. It's a very tough one to call. I mean, there's no doubt that Lincoln takes the catch. We're just trying to see what it came off, whether it came off the gloves or the bat at all, or if it only was the leg.
Full toss, and this one should be put away. And well, have they stopped this? Well, I tell you what, this has got to be one of the best stops that you'll see. And is that Bevan out there? Can't recognise him without his shades on. I'm sure it is. What a stop this is. Yeah, it is Bevan.
I want to see where he takes off from, though.
This is an incredible
last
stop.
Step, that's no problem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the step before.
Wow. No, he's all right. I don't think he leaves the grid of play.
They'll want to have another look at it, though.
What a stop this is.
Yeah, it's a very
incredible,
very good piece of fielding.
That could make all the difference, you know.
And we'll take us to the end of the over. Yeah, I think so. That step, that left foot takes off and pulls it back from the beyond. As we get to the end of the 8th over, and they get just the 1 off that. So
you only get 1.
You only get 1. So 25 required off the last 12, going down to the wire.
Alex Russell.
And, so we go to the 9th. Here we go.
Sticking to spin.
Yeah, Pierce, get to the 9th. Let's go.
It's his hard, it's catchable, and it has been taken, and there's a really good catch, and well, Bevan made the outstanding, well, you got to say that wicket belongs all to him, doesn't it? Because he's the man who saves the boundary. They only take 1, and then the next ball is hit in his direction, and he takes the catch. Well, Bevan does it all.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, they should have got 2 really, you'd think, if they'd gone from the get-go, which meant that Isan would have been on strike, and Isan's seemed pretty good against this leg spin, but Bevan take nothing away from that catch. He's an outstanding fielder. He's an outstanding cricketer. You saw it with the bat as well. He's the reason they probably have this many on the board in the first place, don't forget.
Yeah, he certainly is. He made an outstanding contribution with his bat, didn't he, late on, as he was smashing the ball all over the place, including the head of Indy. And Norm Burns, he goes for 7 of 6.
Right now, Spainer 0.045. above Netherlands in second.
Gurvinder Singh comes out, and remember Gurvinder Singh, he was out there the last time he was out there, he tried and tried and tried, he got a 19 of around about 16 balls, and then he was called back because they needed to up the tempo, so he was retired out, and Hamza did the rest. Now, well, he's going out there to try and finish the job off for Spain.
Pearce will make him reach outside off here, I think.
It's in the air, but doesn't carry. They think about two, they don't. It's only a single. That's a win-win situation for England.
Good eye, very good, gents.
Let's remember, again, I'm going to talk about it too much because it doesn't really matter who finishes first and who finishes second as far as the fixtures go. But Spain need to get to 126, I think it was, to retain top spot on net run rate.
Short and hit hard. How well? And it's a great catch. Harrison Ward takes it, and that could be the key wicket there. Mohammad Ishan going for the straight hit down the ground. That is such a good catch, this, from Harrison Ward. He has a fair bit of ground to make up. He's a tall man, he's a big man, so when he's got to get down, he's got to get down quickly, and he does, and he keeps hold of it. Good catch. Ishan goes. Crucial time to lose a wicket. And he goes for 25.
Here's the thing, right? It just wasn't what Ishan was expecting. It was slower, it was shorter, it was probably easier, but it just disrupts his timing enough for him to miss-hit it. He tries to blast it straight. I think England, they're one of the teams that do like to pitch those two straight fielders. And, wow, disappointment for Ishan. He put a lot better balls away. That one, he falls just short. And he's the 7th wicket to go down. It's 106 for 7 with 9 balls remaining.
Yeah, Wardy takes the catch. 25 he makes him quickly, doesn't he? But that's not the time when you wanted to lose a wicket, because now basically you've got 2 new batters out there. Gurvinder has just gone out himself. He's only faced a 1 ball, 1 run to him, and now it's time for Mohamed Cameron to go out there. First time we've seen him have a bat in this championship week.
Yeah, let's have a look and see how Cammy goes. Can he be a hero? So the decision to stick with spin ends up working. But isn't it funny? I mean, that ball, it was slow, it was short. Yeah. He's not good hit it anywhere. Tried to go straight and miss-hit it.
This one is high up in the air. How far is this one going? It goes all the way. Mohamed Cameron smashes his first ball for a massive 6. And that's exactly what they needed here. They need to try and keep it to as few runs required off the last. Well, this is a big hit, and despite the efforts of Bevan, he's not able to do anything about this one. This time, hits it down the ground, and they'll take the single. Well, Mohamed Cameron, he's not sure where he's running to. Well, does he even get back into his crease at the other end? I don't know, but he's there now.
Well, Lincoln's appealing for obstructing the field, but I just think that Gurvinder was turning around here.
Yeah,
look, that's a bit of a cheeky appeal. You see here, he's in the process of turning around, and I don't think there's any deliberate. He's not even seeing where the ball's coming from.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's just turned around. He's going. It's not because he's made his way in, and then he's just starting to go for a second, and the ball hits him. Do you see here? So,
Lincoln thinks something has happened that hasn't happened. Like, he's just turning around, and it looks worse. It almost looks like he's swinging the bat at it, but he's not.
Yeah, that common sense avails.
Yeah.
Carry on with this. So where are we at? This is the ball
17
to
off
go
7
in this one.
Left-hander.
Got to go for a big hit here. I think he's got to go for this whatever. And Pearce, well, he just wanted to know what Gurvinder was going to try and do. That's clever.
With those wickets, they've snuck in for time as well, as you can see.
Yeah. So he knows what he's going to do. So he tries to keep it out of that zone, and it doesn't matter because Gurvinder smashes this big. That was such an important delivery. He wanted and needed a boundary from it, and Gurvinder, he does get one. He gives it the big hee-ho, boom, shaka-lagya, lovely jubbly, and we go into the last, 11 needed of 6 deliveries.
Well, shine up your golden balls, everyone, because we could be headed for one here. How many is that now? It's 11 to win off 6, 10 for a golden ball. We are right in the Goldilocks zone for a golden ball. And let's see who bowls it. Well, they're going to give it to Chowan in a pressure situation. And Cameron facing up. Well, this could be anything. You see, if we do finish with a tie, then the batting team bats on. They get one chance to score 2 or more.
So to go with Chowan as opposed to Alex Russell, really?
Yes.
Wow. I don't believe that. Alex Russell, surely did his over just go for 8 runs, the last over?
That is correct.
And he's got 1 to go? That is correct?
That's correct.
I can't believe this shout. Okay, brave move from Lincoln. Long way in the air. This is a chance. And taken. So far, that move from the captain, Dan Lincoln, proves to be, well, seems to be a top card, doesn't it? Because Johan gets the wicket. I mean, he had to go for it, I suppose. He does, gets the height, Cameron, but he doesn't get the distance, so he'll go for 7 to 2, and more importantly, is a dot.
Yeah, well, I know that Karina likes that up in the box. I know that there's always interesting byplay between those two, but anyway, when it came down to it, they went for Chowan. All I can say from Lincoln is that he's giving Chowan an opportunity to do something good to win the game.
Well, what is it, Karina? Is it just because he did that lovely portrait of you that now you're giving him love hearts? Well,
he's a popular player, no doubt about it. And he does get a maximum, he doesn't get a lot more.
I must admit, there was a big resemblance between the drawing he did of Karina and Karina. I must say, it was much better than the one he did of Kiriolis.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like them both, and I think he did a third one. But anyway, Mohamed Cameron's got to go. Guess who's come out? Guess who's snuck in that I didn't even notice hadn't batted yet? They've got Prince Deman up their sleeve at number 10. So he's a guy that can bat at the top. We've seen that. So he's a genuine bat to come out. And who's that? Probably a Teef. Yeah, Teef Mohammed still to bat. So 11 off 5. The other thing, like I say, it's just for interest's sake, but 126, if they get there, they will keep top spot on net run rate.
So Jafar Chauhan has taken 2 for 23. It was a surprise choice for me.
We believe in you.
For him to bowl this one. We believe in you. You heard that. We believe in you. Played away. He'll want 2 if you can get him, but they slide, make the stop. And well, that's not a bad one, because it means that you get the left-hander in. So Chauhan will now have to bowl to the lefty. Govinda, he's already smashed 1 big hit for 6, so 10 now required of 4.
Yeah, gotta love Thursday night cricket. Thursday night's golden ball night. Called it already. And look, they bowled 3 different leg spinners in the last 3 overs. They bowled Alex Russell in 8, Sam Pearce in 9, Jafar Chauhan in 10. 10 off 4. Can't really win it unless you get a boundary somewhere along the line.
Vamos, chicos. No para, sigue, no para, sigue. He hit it hard. Where's this going? It goes a long way up in the air. It's not going to the boundary. And the catch has been taken. There's another one from Harrison Ward. Well, come the moment, come the big man. He's taken 2 very good catches. Now this one goes a long way up into the night sky. Never going to be an easy one. And Gurwinder Singh went for the biggie, but he goes more height than distance. Catch taken by Wardy. Not only is it a wicket, but it's another dot ball.
Yeah, well, that's why we're commentators, not captains, Rico, because we probably would have bowled Russell, but Chauhan's come on and he's done the job. 2 wickets, just the single off this over so much. Well, now the stage is set for Atif Mohammed to make a name for himself. Number 11 comes out. Of course, this is why that rule is so important now. It's in all cricket that the batters, even though they cross before the catch is taken, they'll have to cross back. Govinda does get a 6. Like so many others of late, doesn't get too many more. Atif comes out, and let's just see if he can do something special. Again, he's very capable with the bat. I think his bat slowed down.
3 balls to come. 10 runs needed, so they definitely need to get, well, you need 2 boundaries here, don't you? You need 2 boundaries.
Prince at the other end. Atif just doesn't want a dot here, even if they get a 1, probably take that. Misses.
So, well, that one probably, well, that seals it. 10, unless it's a no ball or something here, or a dirty wide.
Takes out the single now, because you need to get 3 off this to even make it workable. Then you get a 6 to tie.
Well, what a call that is from Dan Lincoln to go with Chauhan to bowl this one.
3 for 24 now. Oh, that was the one. That was the one. So now, I'll give you one more point of interest. If Spain can hit this for a 6, then they will get top spot by 0.009 on net run rate. Corey's grumpy face, getting a workout.
Yeah, maybe Mohamed Cameron could draw that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Spain got so close. But the wicket of Isham for me is a difficult one, and this one goes to, well, it's going to be called a wide, so it's going to be one less, but still, you can't get 9 off one ball, can you? So maybe if your bowl's another wide, then a no ball 7, you know, and well, who knows, all sorts of things could happen. But Chauhan, he seems to be enjoying his moment out there at the moment, isn't he? What a big moment for him, for Jafar Chauhan. 3 for 25, looking to win it for England here. And this one he will, and you can see where Dan Lincoln goes. He goes all the way back like it's a fast bowler coming into him, and that is that. So it's going to be victory to England. So England, they do get revenge over Spain as well. Remember, these two teams started it all off in Championship week. They played the first match. England got to 104 for 9. Spain knocked them off with 13 balls to go, winning by 9 wickets, 105 for 1. So England, they were quite keen to get the revenge, and they did. But it was a very exciting game. It could have gone either way, couldn't it? But don't forget when those over number 4 went for 25, when Clayton was smashed all over the place. Pearson went for 16 off his first. Jafar Chauhan, his first over went for 23. And that's why I was so surprised that he was given this last over, having gone for 23 off that over, and having somebody like Alex Russell who bowled a brilliant over for just 8 runs and picked up a wicket. You go for Chauhan, and well, he pulls it off quite amazingly. So well done to England. They get the victory. And Spain, well, though they started the day unbeaten with 6 out of 6, they couldn't get a victory in any of today's matches. They were beaten by the Netherlands, but that was a bit of a surprise. They seemed to have that one all sewn up, but it wasn't to be. And this one, probably very much the same. They thought they had it sewn up. It wasn't to be. Corey, he's not a happy man. Well, Richardson, he wasn't happy when he missed the stumps from there. He couldn't believe it. And that was a bit of a let-off for them. But they look good. So we saw the ball being placed around to the boundary. They played some nice shots. This one from Yasir, well, he only needed one hand to pump this to the boundary. He was all smiles at this point. But this is where things started to change. It was Clayton, well, at this moment, he was happy as he takes that catch. And then, well, we know who comes in who can really make a difference. It's Hamza.
Yeah.
Hamza Salim was hitting the ball big. And, well, that's one for Karina. She said, here you go. You're looking for this.
And she couldn't get over the fence either. But anyway, Karina be in the action a fair bit during this innings. But look, you got to say it was a really entertaining game of cricket. When you look at the final score, there were just 8 runs between them. And look, what we know is Rob having a go throwing it back. Seemed like everyone had a go throwing a ball back in this game. But you've got to say, I'm really, really impressed at how well these players have competed this week. And even that, I like the way he's throwing himself at the ball. But, you know, Spain and England, you'd say, you know, going into this, you'd say it's a bit of a difference between the two teams. But really, every time they play, it seems like anybody's game. And I just look at, for example, Prince Saman batting at number 10. He certainly won't bat at 10 tomorrow. So Spain, they really batted their way back into this game through those middle overs. Went 4, 5, 6, 25, 16 and 23. Well, Karina, she liked what she was seeing. Cameron will enjoy seeing that.
Did she like seeing Cameron getting out and going back?
Oh, that's the mystery.
She didn't give him a heart when he came out.
That's the mystery, right? And
yeah.
Anyway, I think this is what we'll see. We'll get confirmation in a moment. I think 0.06 is what separates the Netherlands 11 and Spain. So Netherlands 11 actually finished top and Spain finished second, and then England 11 third and Scotland 11 fourth. So in the morning we'll see Netherlands 11 Spain. The winner goes through to the final. The loser plays the winner of England 11 and Scotland 11 in qualifier 2. And then of course the big one, the final, it will be right here tomorrow, and it will start at the same time as the regular last match of the day, as we have a look at exactly what has transpired tonight. And we may have the standings. We may have them. They may still be getting calculated, but I can tell you that I'm looking forward to seeing the table. First, let's have a look at the scorecards then. And Hamza Salim Dar, 37 off 12. Jeez, he's in some form, isn't he? I suppose they used him up early, and by batting him above people like Prince, and you might have up there maybe Burns as well. Just couldn't play that finishing role, but certainly was exciting while he was there. There was also runs for Isan, 25 off 10. And then also towards the top, you saw And Yasser Ali compiled 21. As far as the bowlers went, well, the leg spinners had plenty to do, didn't they? In fact, they bowled 5 overs between them. Russell only went for 8, but they didn't bring him back. They went for Chowan, who ended up doing the job. He finished with figures of 3 for 25. So some confidence from Lincoln. And I think that's what it was about, giving Chowan the opportunity to win the game for England. And Pearce took 3 for 30 as well. Mungo Russell bowled with some fire, didn't he, in one of the 3.
Yeah.
He took 2 for 14. The other wicket went to Andy Rishton. So highly, highly entertaining game. And we'll just leave that on there for a second, because I think maybe we'll get a look at the standings when they come up. But Rico, I know that tomorrow is marquee day on the calendar, because finals day is on the way. And there we go. Well, got my calculations right. 0.06 separate the Netherlands and Spain. Looks academic, really, because we knew they would play the 1 versus 2. The only time it comes into consideration is if rain is expected or there's some reason the game is abandoned, then the top team would go through. But 2 very good games to start off the day, and I'm sure 2 very exciting games to finish them off as well.
It's going to be interesting when we look at those tables. I know Netherlands, Spain, they will finish the top 2. They get the double chance. But when you look at that table, look at England. I mean, they started with 4 defeats, now 4 on the spin. So really, they are now the informed team.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So congratulations to all the players this week. Of course, Italy, is sad to say goodbye to them. They've had such an exciting 2 weeks here. They can be very proud of their efforts. I think a lot of people might say, playing 2 weeks in a row and these kind of things. I don't think that was a factor as much as the fact that they ran into some really good cricket teams. They certainly didn't look fatigued when they knocked over England on day 1, and they can certainly be proud of that effort as well. But ultimately, they finished with a win, didn't they, against Scotland 11? A nice way for Italy to finish their campaign.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, Italians around the world will be absolutely ecstatic with the way that they played, and I think they'll get a really good welcome when they go back home, because look, I mean, they got that memorable victory over England, and then today they beat Scotland. I mean, those are 2 big scalps, and for a team that's really, if you look at cricket, you look at the whole spectrum of cricket, they're a team that are trying to catch up with those teams, and for them to get those 2 victories, I mean, they've done themselves a world of good. And as we said, and as we know, because we spent a lot of time in Italy, cricket in Italy is really on the up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And don't forget, they got really close to Spain on day 1 as well in that match 3. So anyway, we just want to remind you that we'll be back tomorrow for finals day, starting at 9:30 a.m. GMT. It's 11:30 in Central Europe, 3 p.m. in India. It's the same time. VIP tent is set up. All the dignitaries are coming tomorrow. We're really excited. It's like our Christmas, really, isn't it? So make sure you join us for that. In the meantime, go to our website, EuropeanCricket.com. That's the home of European cricket. You can get all the stats, standings, and all the team info, the squads. You can even look forward to the Croatian series next week and have a look at that coming together. So that is the place to go to get all that information. Also, our social media at European Cricket. If you get on there, there's a lot of good stuff. I haven't had much time to look at it lately. I'm going to go tonight. I'm going to be scrolling through for hours, I think, because we've had so many highlights. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you like cricket and you like a lot of it, there's 8 more weeks of it coming up after the finish of this series. Rico, great stuff. We'll come again tomorrow. Big day. Finals day is on the way.
Finals day. Join us here tomorrow.
That's right. We want you to be here with us as well. Big thank you to everyone around the ground for helping. An Indy special hope for you. Hopefully that you are okay after taking that falcon when trying to complete a crowd catch in the dark. Anyway, for now, it's Vinny Sandu on behalf of the European Cricket Network and the European Cricket family. On behalf of myself, Rico Full, and everyone here in Spain, hope you have a happy and a safe evening. And we'll see you tomorrow for finals day. It's on the way right here on the European Cricket Network in the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. Here's some highlights today. Good night, everybody.
Adiós, mi familia. Hasta mañana.